I started as the master of Jin Feng's Ayulu, astonishing the world with a single sword. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 526, Jin Junmo in white, Lan Yuhao in gold, Xiangxing sect, Xiangsa Yuchen. Jiangnan region, Jinling County, Sioux City. Jinling County is the most prosperous county city in Jiangnan County and the central area of Jiangnan region. Jinling County has three main cities. One is Jinling City, the second is Yang City, and the third is Sioux City. As one of the three main cities, Sioux City is very prosperous. The city gate here is much more magnificent than the city gates of other county governors. Among the endless stream of people entering the city, an ordinary gray carriage slowly entered Sioux City. The carriage was very large, with 4 people sitting inside. Fu Hongsu, who was dressed in a black robe, and Nalan Rongayan and 3 others. Fu Hongsu closed his eyes as if the prosperity outside had nothing to do with him. As for Bai Tianyu and Leng Hushan, who were sitting opposite him, they also closed their eyes. The battle at the ferry made them both feel that their strength was too weak. They will encounter more and more masters in the future. By then, there will not be a scene like last time when someone just happened to arrive. They must improve their strength, so they are practicing hard along the way. Nalan Rongayan looked at the 3 people and shook her head. They were previously riding in 2 carriages. She was in a carriage, and didn't know what was going on inside. But they were about to enter Sioux City, so they changed to another carriage for concealment. Seeing these 3 people practicing like this, she couldn't help but sigh in her heart. Just when their carriage was about to enter the city, a group of soldiers suddenly appeared in Sioux City. They quickly stopped the people entering the city and arranged the pedestrians and vehicles to the sides. The carriage stopped, and Nalan Rongayan looked outside. At this time, on the cleared middle passage, a luxurious carriage, led by 2 knights, was slowly heading towards the city gate. The city gate guards just appeared and cleared the middle road for this carriage. It seemed that the carriage was coming from an unusual place. The carriage slowly stopped when it was several feet away from the city gate. The curtain of the carriage was slowly opened, and a beautiful woman walked out. Behind the woman was a young man in a golden robe and a strong figure. "Young master, we are in Sioux City. It has been 2 years since we last came to Sioux City," the gorgeous woman who came out earlier said. When she spoke, 3 gorgeous women also walked out from behind the young man. "Young master, this time we must stay in Sioux City for half a year before leaving," one of the women said. "We will stay here for a long time this time. You can have more fun. We don't need to block the city gate. We will talk after entering the city." After the young man finished speaking, he returned to the carriage. The carriage moved forward and entered the city gate. The city gate was restored again. Nalan Rongayan lowered the curtain. "Golden clothes Lan Yuhao, why did he come to Jiangnan?" Nalan Rongayan said in a deep voice. When she was in the capital, she heard a sentence, "White clothes Jin Junmo, golden clothes Lan Yuhao." This sentence refers to 2 people. White clothes Jin Junmo is the eldest disciple of the owner of the capital's Zhenhui Garden, and golden clothes Lan Yuhao is the person she just saw. Marcus Lanai is very young, but he was personally conferred the title of Marcus by the emperor of the Great Zhou dynasty. His status is very high. It is rumored that he can meet the emperor of the Great Zhou dynasty without kneeling. There is a special Marcus Lanai mansion in the capital. However, he does not have his own fiefdom like other marquises. The main reason for paying attention to Marcus Lanai is because of the attention to Jin Junmo of Zhenhui Garden. There is not much information about him. Shangwen Jinhong is going to take over the Jinqian gang. The leader of the Jinqian gang, Jin Fihong, may be one of the several managers of Zhenhui Garden. If Jin Fihong is touched, it is possible to confront Zhenhui Garden. Nalan Rongayan must collect information about Zhenhui Garden. This Marcus Lanai is as famous as Jin Junmo. Maybe he knows a lot about Jin Junmo, Nalan Rongayan thought to herself. I wonder if I can find a way to get in touch with this Marcus Lanai and get more information about Jin Junmo, Nalan Rongayan calculated in her heart. While she was thinking in her heart, their carriage had entered Sioux City. Soon, they stopped in front of an inn. 4 people walked out of the carriage. The waiter of the inn came out quickly to greet them. "Give us 4 upper rooms, connected together, or on the same floor if there are none," Nalan Rongyun said. Okay, seeing Nalan Rongyun's words, the waiter's face showed joy. 4 upper rooms were made in a flash. The 4 followed the waiter into the inn. Have you heard that the heavenly blood jade cicada of Xiangxing sect was stolen, and the Grand Master Zhu issued a bounty order? Whoever helps to find the heavenly blood jade cicada will be rewarded with 1,000,000 taels of silver. In the hall of the inn, a sword-wielding warrior spoke. 1,000,000 taels, is the Grand Master Zhu so generous? Someone asked in confusion. The heavenly blood jade cicada is the treasure that the Grand Master Zhu needs. The Grand Master Zhu is practicing the heavenly blood demon sutra, but he needs the help of the heavenly blood jade cicada. Without the heavenly blood jade cicada, the Grand Master Zhu's practice will be a little slow. Someone next to him said. Master Zhu should have carried such a treasure with him. How could it be stolen? Some people asked in confusion. I don't know about this, but it is rumored that Master Zhu's friend, Li Muhan, one of the deputy commanders of the Jiangnan Pacification Division, is coming from Jinling to help Master Zhu find the heavenly blood jade cicada. I believe it will soon be found out who stole Master Zhu's heavenly blood jade cicada. I don't know who has the courage to steal Master Zhu's things, someone said in a deep voice. But I heard that if this heavenly blood jade cicada is swallowed, it can increase blood and ki and improve cultivation. This person must have stolen this heavenly blood jade cicada to improve his cultivation. Do you think it is possible that this heavenly blood jade cicada has been taken by someone? This heavenly blood jade cicada is highly toxic. It needs other materials to neutralize the toxicity in its body, so that it can be refined into a pill to increase cultivation. However, this heavenly blood jade cicada can help warriors practice, and few people use it to refine pills. One person seemed to know a lot and spoke. Is that so? Some people suddenly realized. Is the heavenly blood jade cicada a good thing? Lang Hushan and Bai Tianyu walked in with a serious look on their faces. They just needed such a treasure. Soon the 4 people were arranged to have their own rooms. At this time, in a secret room in a manor, Liang Chengbi looked at a blood-colored jade cicada in the jade box in front of him, and a look of joy appeared on his face. The other medicinal materials have been prepared. It should be enough to find someone who can refine the elixir, Liang Chengbi said in a deep voice. After speaking, he closed the jade box. Walking out of the secret room, when he walked out of the secret room, a green-clothed servant appeared in front of him. Master, your guests have checked into the inn. The green-clothed servant bowed and said. Okay. You take this jade pendant to the inn and invite them to the Xian'an Waterside Pavilion for a chat, which is in the wing room I often go to. Liang Chengbi took out a jade pendant from his arms and said. Yes, the green-clothed servant bowed and left. Chapter 527, Xiangxing Sect, Master Zhu, Jiangnan Pacification Division, Li Muhan. After the servants in green clothes left, Liang Chengbi headed towards the hall of the villa. Wuge Villa was founded by Liang Chengbi after he entered Jiangnan, and he also married Li Yimei, the daughter of the wealthy Li family in Sichuan. Li Yimei is also the wife of the owner of Wuge Villa. When Liang Chengbi came to the hall, Li Yimei was in the hall. She was not wearing any gorgeous clothes, nor did she wear any jewelry, and her face was not wiped with makeup, but she looked very beautiful. Her eyes were clear and gentle, like flowing water in the spring breeze, and her hair was soft and shiny, like a willow branch in the spring breeze. This is a beautiful and gentle woman. Seeing Liang Chengbi, Li Yimei showed joy on her face. How is your retreat going? I will help you find 1,000-year-old blood ginseng from Jinling, and it is on the way, Li Yimei said very gently. Liang Chengbi's heart was a little throbbing. In his previous life, Liang Chengbi lost himself and lost his most beloved woman for fame and worldly temptations. In this life, he never thought that he would encounter such love again. But fate made him meet Li Yimei, who happened to be a hero saving a beautiful woman. There was no arrogance of a rich girl, but the love of a wife for her husband. I'm sorry to bother you, madam, for my matter, Liang Chengbi said softly. It's a matter between husband and wife, let alone trouble. I have found the alchemist you asked me to find secretly, but once we contact this alchemist, I'm afraid that the Xiangxing sect will know about it. There are also rumors outside that Li Muhan, one of the deputy commanders of the Jiangnan Pacification Division, came to Sichuan. This person is good at tracking and investigating. I'm afraid he will find this place soon, Li Yimei said softly. It doesn't matter. Some of my friends are coming to Sichuan. I can solve some problems, come with me to meet my friends later, Liang Chengbi said. My husband's friends, Li Yimei smiled. Liang Chengbi took her to meet his friends because he believed in her. By the way, my father sent someone to tell me that the Marquis of Lanayu from the capital has come to Suchin. My father had some friendship with the Marquis of Lanayu back then. He hopes that we can go back to the mansion when we have time and go to see the Marquis of Lanayu together, Li Yimei said. Marquis of Lanayu? Liang Chengbi showed a puzzled look on his face. He didn't expect that the Li family was actually related to a Marquis of the Great Zhou. He had never heard Li Yimei say that. My husband, don't underestimate my father. My father is a businessman. He must have some connections to be able to operate in a place like Suchin. Otherwise, our Li family would have been swallowed up by someone long ago, Li Yimei said with a smile. Okay, it happens that my friend is also in the city. After we meet my friend, I will accompany you back to the Li mansion and accompany my father-in-law to meet this Marquis of Lanayu, Liang Chengbi said. Okay. Then I'll go and get ready. Li Yimei is now without makeup, but she still has to dress up to meet Liang Chengbi's friend. Suchin, Xiangshan Gate. One of the 4 gates in the Jiangnan area. There are 12 halls under the sect, which are established in the 12 major cities in Jiangnan. The headquarters of the Xiangshan sect in Suchin. In the huge meeting hall, the leader of the Xiangshan sect, Zhu Meng, is also known as the Grand Master Zhu. He is burly, with a bare upper body, a bronze body, shiny hair, and a black iron ring on each wrist. His eyes are fierce, like a goshawk. At this moment, his face is very ugly. Below him, there are 12 people standing. These 12 people are the 12 hall masters of the Xiangshan sect, and also his 12 godsons. Tell me, what did you find? The temper of the Grand Master Zhu is comparable to his body. The theft of the heavenly blood jade cicada has not been reported, which makes him angry all the time. Foster father, we have monitored the herbal medicine shop, and some alchemists around Suchin, and investigated the previous shipment records of major pharmacies, but we have not found any records of anyone buying herbs related to the heavenly blood jade cicada before. One of the men in green robes spoke up. The man in green robe was also burly, but the most noticeable thing was his legs. Standing there, he looked like a thick wooden stake, showing the strength of his legs. He was Zhu Datu, the eldest of the disciples of the Zhu family. We have blocked both the land and water routes. As long as he left the territory of Suchin, we have conducted a detailed investigation, but we did not find anything. I guess this person should not have left the territory of Suchin, the second son Luo Jinhu said. Then tell me where this person is hiding. Upon hearing this, the Zhu family leader slapped the table in front of him and asked sternly. Under his palm, the table next to him was directly smashed into a hole. Godfather, I think it is possible that he is in the manor outside the city. There are many manors outside the city, which are particularly suitable for hiding. Godfather, I want to take people to search those manors, the third son, a thin young man, said in a deep voice. Hearing the words of the thin young man, the face of the Zhu family leader changed slightly. Those manors outside have a certain status. If we forcefully search, I am afraid that we will attract some obstruction, a person next to the third son spoke. No matter who it is, the heavenly blood jade cicada is very important to my father, and it cannot be lost. My father, leave this matter to me. If you can't find it, then my father will punish me according to the family law and give them an explanation. Just say that I acted on my own, the thin young man said. The thin young man was Feng Yanhei, the third adopted son of the great Master Zhu. Okay, this matter will be handed over to you, the third brother, to complete it. You brothers will help the third brother and must find the thing, the great Master Zhu. Don't worry, my father, I will definitely help you find the heavenly blood jade cicada and bring back the thief's head, the third brother Feng Yanhei said. All go down, the great leader Zhu waved his hand. The adopted sons said goodbye and left. After they left, a man in tight clothes came out from behind. Are these adopted sons of yours still very brave and diligent? They have the domineering spirit of your youth. The figure looked at the people who left and said softly. Without them, my Xiangshan sect would not have become one of the 4 sects in the Jiangnan region. I have to trouble Brother Li this time. This Xiangsu jade cicada is very important to me. I am just a little bit away from completing my Xiangsu Ziongsha Sutra, said the Grand Master Zhu. You and I are brothers in life and death. I will definitely help you find the Xiangsu jade cicada, said the person who appeared. This person is Li Muhan, the deputy commander of the Jiangnan's Hanfu division, the sworn brother of the Grand Master Zhu. It is rumored that Li Muhan has not arrived yet, but Li Muhan has already appeared in the Xianxian sect. But Brother Li, why did you let me spread the news that you will arrive tomorrow? Give the person who took action a sense of urgency and see if the other party will move. However, based on my investigation in the past 2 days and some information analysis, the direction of your 3 sons' suspicion may be correct. The Xiangsu cicada may be in the manor outside the city, but those manors are not ordinary. You, Xiangxian sect, occupy Suchin, but there are many forces that want to replace you. One move will affect the whole body, Li Muhan said in a deep voice. Chapter 528 Everyone meets. The 12 sons are about to move, Wuqi Villa. The Jiangnan region is different from other regions. There are many forces here. Once there's a chance, others will come to bite you. Or surround and destroy you. That's why Li Muhan said so. Heavenly blood jade cicada is very important to me, I have to fight for it, said Zhu Dada Master. Okay, I understand. If something goes wrong in the end, you don't have to worry. I have helped you get a life-saving talisman from the Jiangnan's Hanfu division, Li Muhan said. He spoke very confidently. The Hanfu division in the Jiangnan region is different from the Hanfu division in other regions. Although it is affiliated with the headquarters of the Jingshi's Hanfu division. But its strength is stronger than the headquarters of the Jingshi's Hanfu division. That's because the head of the Jiangnan's Hanfu division was one of the 3 guards around Emperor Zhou at that time. The Hanfu divisions in other regions are all called leaders, but the Jiangnan's Hanfu division is called the head of the division, and the titles are different. The head of the Jiangnan's Hanfu division could meet Emperor Zhou directly before. Thank you, brother, but now the world has changed. The Hanfu division may not have such a strong deterrent power, Zhu Dada Master said in a deep voice. Don't worry about this. This life-saving talisman I got for you was sent by the head of the department himself, Li Muhan said. Hearing this, the face of the great Master Zhu changed. You are thinking of me joining the Jiangnan Pacification Department. If you have no choice, why not join the Jiangnan Pacification Department? I won't tell you more. I believe that your adopted son's actions can lead to something that will allow me to find useful clues. While Li Muhan was speaking, he stepped out of the meeting hall. Is it the old man's idea or yours? Over the years, the old man has been gathering masters in the Jiangnan area. What is he thinking of doing? The great Master Zhu touched his bald head and said in a deep voice. At this time, Lian Chengbi and his wife Li Yimei had entered the city in a carriage. Soon they appeared on the bank of Xianshu Lake, the largest lake in Sioux City. This is one of the most prosperous areas in Sioux City. The prosperity is mainly reflected in eating, drinking, playing, and having fun, with many vendors and restaurants. The two got off the carriage. At this time, a servant appeared in front of Lian Chengbi. Master, there is news in the city that Xiangshenlin is going to search the manors outside the city. Hearing this, Lian Chengbi frowned slightly. My husband, there are many manors outside the city, and each manor occupies a large area. It is not so easy for them to search. I guess they want to track the people who stole her heavenly blood jade cicada, to move, Li Yimei said softly. While speaking, she ordered the servants to move the carriage to one side. Lian Chengbi's expression recovered. He was shocked by the news just now, and he was a little confused. Let's go in. The two went to Xianayan Waterside Pavilion. There are many green bamboos planted on both sides of Xianayan Waterside Pavilion, and each bamboo forms a forest, which contrasts with the clear green water by the lake. This is where the famous guests in the Jianghu, the disciples of the aristocratic families, the nobles in the city, and the wealthy businessmen like to come here. Of course, this restaurant is so famous because it is the property of the Nanguang family, one of the 4 major families in Jiangnan. Master Lian, Madam Lian is here. Please come in. Your guests are already in the private room. I will take you there. A receptionist at Xianayan Waterside saw Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei and hurried forward to say. Lian Chengbi is now very well known in Suchin. Of course, it is mainly because Lian Chengbi is too lucky to be favored by Li Yimei, the eldest daughter of the Li family, and become the son-in-law of the Li family. Envy is the look in the eyes of many people looking at Lian Chengbi. Soon Lian Chengbi and his friends were taken to a private room. Master Lian, your guests are inside. The person who came did not push the door. Only one of the people who came in was not wearing a bamboo hat. The other 3 wore bamboo hats, which showed that they did not want people to know. "Thank you." Li Yimei took out a silver ingot from her sleeve and handed it to the receptionist. "Thank you, Madam Lian." The receptionist showed a happy expression on his face and bowed and retreated. "Let's go in." After Lian Chengbi pushed the door and entered, within 2 meters, there was a screen, and behind the screen was a large space. When Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei entered, Nalan Rongyuan stood up and walked towards Lian Chengbi. "Hello, Master Lian." Although Nalan Rongyuan and Lian Chengbi had never met, they had correspondence. As for the others, Leng Hushan and Bai Tianyu had met Lian Chengbi before, so they knew each other and met enthusiastically. As for Fu Hongxue, who was drinking on the side, he had no intersection with Lian Chengbi, but just nodded slightly. "Everyone, this is my wife Li Yimei, and Boss Qiao will arrive in about a day," Lian Chengbi said. When Li Yimei heard Lian Chengbi mention Boss Qiao, her eyes showed surprise. Now in the Jiangnan area, the only one who can be called Boss Qiao is the famous beggar gang Boss Qiao Feng. She didn't expect that her husband actually had a connection with Qiao Feng. "Congratulations, Master Lian. This time I came here because the owner of the building wants to open up the intelligence channel in the Jiangnan area. My Golden Wind and Rain Tower is too short of manpower in the Jiangnan area now, so I came here this time to establish contact with you and Boss Qiao on behalf of the owner of the building," Nalan Rongyuan said. Although she knew that Lian Chengbi was also Su Chen's man, this was a cooperation between Golden Wind and Rain Tower, Wuge Villa, and Beggar's Sect. Although they all obeyed Su Chen, they were also seeking their own interests. "Let's sit down and talk." "Hello, Brother Fu." Lian Chengbi saluted Fu Hongxue while speaking. Yuan Suin had already told him about Fu Hongxue's information. He was a powerful C-concentrated spirit master. This time, Fu Hongxue might need to come forward. "Hello, Brother Lian," Fu Hongxue spoke. He moved and sat down at the round table in the middle. Several people sat down quickly. Li Yimei saw her husband saluting Fu Hongxue alone, and a trace of confusion appeared on her face. Leng Hushan and Bai Tianyu had a momentum of superiors, and they were not ordinary warriors at a glance. Fu Hongxue did not move. He did not have that momentum, but a kind of loneliness that made people feel dead. There was nothing special about his breath. "Before you came, I stole the heavenly blood jade cicada from the Xiangxing sect, and prepared to refine the elixir." Lian Chengbi said after a while of communication, "The heavenly blood jade cicada of the Xiangxing sect was stolen by you. It is rumored that the heavenly blood jade cicada can improve the strength of the heavenly realm by refining elixirs," Leng Hushan said with joy on his face after hearing this. Bai Tianyu's face also showed a look of joy on the side. "They have recently needed elixirs to improve their strength." Lian Chengbi said so, which means that he would give them elixirs. At this time, in a relatively large private room of the restaurant, there were 5 people sitting, 4 young men in brocade clothes and a woman in a red long skirt. The woman had a beautiful face and fair skin, like a beauty walking out of a painting of ladies. Her black hair was high and inserted with a flying phoenix jade hairpin. She sat there like a goddess. But there was a hint of sharpness above her eyebrows. 5 people, vaguely led by this woman. At this time, a servant walked in. "Miss, Li Yimei and Lian Chengbi have come to Xian'an Waterside Pavilion, and they seem to be entertaining guests." The servant walked up to the woman and said, "That bitch Li Yimei has been in Wuge Villa since she married Lian Chengbi. Today she came out. I want to ask that bitch why she chose Lian Chengbi instead of my brother," the cold woman said in a cold voice. While speaking, she stood up and walked out the door. The 4 young men who followed her hurriedly followed. In another place, the 12 adopted sons of Xiangxing sect gathered together. "Third brother, those manners outside the city are not simple. Do you have a target to choose first?" the eldest brother asked. "Already have. This time the target is Wuge Villa. The owner of Wuge Villa is the son-in-law of the Li family. The Li family has some relationship with Marcus Lanyu, but this time when Marcus Lanyu came to Sioux City, he did not live in the Li family manor, but in Hanshan Temple. 2 years ago, Marcus Lanyu came to Sioux City and lived in the Li family. Now he doesn't live there, which means that the Li family is not valued by Marcus Lanyu as before. What's more, our search of Wuge Villa can also have a deterrent effect," the third brother said. Chapter 529, Xian'an Pavilion, 10 Directions General Envoy, Guan Yushan. Sea Shark City. In a manner. Su Chen was by the lotus pond, holding fish food in his hand, feeding the golden carp in the lotus pond. Next to him was Guan Yushin in a tight suit. The next day, Su Chen summoned Guan Yushin to learn about the situation in this world. After talking with Guan Yushin, Su Chen overturned his previous idea, that is, Guan Yushin himself would gather the forces of World Alliance and lead the Lingjiang area. But this idea was based on absolute strength. The strong at the broken level could sweep the Lingjiang area in theory, but after Guan Yushin appeared, he told Su Chen that the power of the broken level could not be used at any time, and was also suppressed. If the power of the broken level was used, it might weaken one's own strength. As for the Shineman mentioned by Su Chen, Guan Yushin mentioned that when he exerted the power of the broken level with all his strength, it might cause changes in the world. That change might be related to the Shineman mentioned by Su Chen. This change made Su Chen adjust. He planned to let Guan Yushin appear in the name of the 10 Directions General Envoy of Xian'ai Pavilion. Today, Xian'ai Pavilion has a great reputation in the Great Zhou dynasty. Guan Yushin's appearance as the 10 Direction Envoy not only increases Xian'ai Pavilion's momentum, but also makes people feel the strength of Xian'ai Pavilion. As for the previous plan to find foreign forces to take over the Xiangsha League territory he obtained, he has now given up and directly let Guan Yushin, the 10 Direction Envoy of Xian'ai Pavilion, take over. On the surface, it is a transaction between Qinglong Club and Xian'ai Pavilion. The outside world already knows that Qinglong Club has some relationship with Xian'ai Pavilion. In particular, Su Chen has a close relationship with Bai Tianyu, the owner of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower under Xian'ai Pavilion. So it is normal for Su Chen to trade the territory he obtained in Xiangsha League to Guan Yushin. Zhuang Zuanji and Su Ayan should have completed the account verification today. You take over some of the territory of the Sea Shark Gang first, and then you and Du Bidao will handle the affairs of Xiangsha League. Su Chen put down the fish food and spoke. Don't worry, my lord. I will do my best to drive out Du Bidao's forces, Guan Yushin said. There is no rush. Find a way to control some masters of the World Alliance. I will assign Du Wudi and Leng Hushan to your name as soon as possible. Du Wudi has some people outside the Great Wall. I have notified him to bring people here, but it will take some time. I will send the other 8 people to you if there are suitable candidates, Su Chen said. When Du Wudi and Leng Hushan appeared, they appeared as the 10 Directions envoys. So when Guan Yushin, the 10 Directions General Envoy, appeared, they would naturally be under his command. Guan Yushin had no one under his command. Although he was going to integrate the World Alliance, it would not be done in a short time, so he asked Du Wudi to lead people from outside the Great Wall to enter the Lingjiang area. Thank you, my lord, Guan Yushin hurriedly thanked him. At this time, Yuan Su Ayan came over from not far away. Master, the matter of the Sea Shark Gang has been dealt with, and the territory and industry have been clearly divided, Yuan Su Ayan reported. Are they playing any tricks over there? Su Chen asked. Not really. But Huoliyu secretly talked to his subordinates and said that Du Bidao needs money recently and he might sell some of the Sea Shark Gang's properties. If we want to take them down, this is an opportunity. Also, Huoliyu wants to secretly meet the headmaster and seems to want to cooperate with him, Yuan Su Ayan said. Cooperate with me? Isn't there Nanhei Chamber of Commerce close to the Du family? Why do they want to cooperate with me? By the way, I asked you to notify Du Bidao and invite him to come. What's his reply? Su Chen was going to reveal Guan Yushin's identity today. He was going to leave Sea Shark City. He said he'll be there soon, Yuan Su Ayan said. Okay, then let's go to the reception room and wait for them, Su Chen said. When Su Chen and his men were heading to the reception room, outside his mansion, not far away, a carriage slowly drove in. Inside the carriage, Du Bidao looked at Huoliyu. It seems that the Qinglong Club didn't suffer any loss in this transaction. Vice President Hui, shouldn't you explain it to me? Du Bidao's voice was a little cold. Prince, the Sea Shark Gang has relatively few industries. If I do something now, I'm afraid they will find out, which will be disadvantageous for me to do something with the Xiangsha League industry, Huoliyu said hurriedly. This was the excuse she had thought of a long time ago. Du Bidao looked at Huoliyu and said, I hope Vice President Hui will remember what I said today. As for some of the industries of Xiangsha League, have you started to contact buyers secretly? There are many wealthy businessmen in the Lingjiang area. They have money. I hope that after we arrive at Qiling, you can deal with some industries within 10 days and get 50 million taels of silver, Du Bidao said. Prince, I have already contacted them secretly. They are very interested in some merchants I have cooperated with before, but I dare not say more now. We have to wait until we completely control Qiling before we can discuss in detail, Hu Liu said. Okay, Du Bidao's face eased. Why did Su Chen ask us to meet at this time? Du Bidao brought a topic to Su Chen. When talking about Su Chen, a cold chill appeared in Du Bidao's eyes. He killed Du Da in front of his mansion, and now he asked him to meet. He didn't know what Su Chen was up to. Hu Liu, who was opposite him, didn't dare to say much. Hu Liu knew that Du Da was killed by a sword in front of Du Bidao's mansion, and vaguely guessed that it might be the Qinglong Society who did it. Now in Heisha City, only the Qinglong Society dared to do this. After knowing this, she secretly revealed to Yuan Su'ain that she wanted to cooperate with Su Chen. The carriage soon arrived at Su Chen's mansion. When the carriage arrived, the mansion attendants immediately entered the courtyard. After a while, Yuan Su'ain walked out of the mansion and took Du Bidao, Feng and Hu Liu into the reception room. In the reception room, Su Chen and Guan Yushan sat on the left and right main chairs in the center of the hall. When Yuan Su'ain led Du Bidao and the other two into the reception room, Du Bidao's eyes narrowed when he saw Guan Yushan sitting next to Su Chen. Feng Langju, who was standing next to him, looked at Guan Yushan with a serious look. Guan Yushan gave him a strong sense of pressure. Prince Du, I am sorry for not welcoming you in person. Let me introduce you. This is the 10-Direction General of Xianaya Pavilion, Lord Guan Yushan. We, the Qinglong Club, have sold all the profits in the Lingjiang area to Xianaya Pavilion. From now on, we, the Qinglong Club, will no longer participate in the affairs of the Lingjiang area. In the future, Xianaya Pavilion will cooperate with the General's Palace. This is also the reason why I invited Prince Du to come and have a chat. Su Chen stood up and introduced them, and also told them the purpose of inviting them. Chapter 530, Transfer of Interests, Du Bidao's Scheming. Hearing this, Du Bidao paused slightly as he entered the hall, and his expression changed. He didn't expect that Su Chen had actually resold the property of Qiling. Master Su, Qiling is not only a property, but also other treasures. If you sell it to Xianaya Pavilion, like this, will it be profitable? Du Bidao asked softly. Don't worry, Master Du, I will send someone to work with General Guan at that time. We, Qinglong Club, are an organization that does things, and we only need to control the 9 northern counties. In the future, Master Du, if there is anyone you can't solve, as long as the price is right, we, Qinglong Club, can help you solve it, Su Chen said. The matter of occupying the territory will be done by Xianaya Pavilion. In the future, Qinglong Club still needs to develop the hall and do business in the Great Zhou dynasty. Hearing Su Chen's words, Du Bidao's face did not improve. The appearance of Xianaya Pavilion was completely beyond his expectations. At this time, even Hu Liu, who came in with him, was a little puzzled. How could Qinglong Hu give up such a huge interest in Lingjiang area at this time? But this is not the time to study these things. She was thinking about something. Greetings, General Guan, Du Bidao greeted Guan Yushan. Things have been finalized, and this side can only accept it. But Guan Yushan appeared too suddenly. He has no information at all, which is not a good thing for him. Sit down. Su Chen invited several people to sit down and discuss some things. Some secret books and treasures of the Sea Shark Yang have been transported to the mansion where he lives now. After he checks them, he will let Zhuang Zuanji deal with them. There is not much to talk about, so Du Bidao did not stay with Su Chen for long. He took Hu Liu and Feng Langju away. After seeing Du Bidao off, Su Chen began to check the secret books and treasures obtained from the Sea Shark Gang. See if he can trigger some rewards. As for Du Bidao who left, his face looked very ugly after stepping out of the manor. Inside the carriage I didn't expect this move by the Qinglong Society. Uncle, how strong is Guan Yushan? Du Bidao asked in a deep voice. This person gives me a strong pressure. His strength should be stronger than Bu Yongxiao, Feng Langju said solemnly. He rarely spoke during the whole process. He wanted to sense Guan Yushan's strength, but Guan Yushan's aura was hidden and he couldn't find out his specific strength. However, the pressure from him was always there. So strong, if this happens, there will be changes in the Lingjiang area. This Qinglong society Su Chen has misled me. Du Bidao looked angry. Stronger than Bu Yongxiao, his strength is not bad. What's more, he just came into contact with Guan Yushan. He has an extraordinary aura and a sense of supremacy. He is very similar to Bu Yongxiao. How could such a person be willing to share the interests of the Lingjiang area with their Dugu family? Su Chen, I was thinking of cooperating with you, but since you're so ungrateful, don't blame me for being ruthless. Du Bidao showed a fierce killing intent. Huliu, now things have changed. You will get treasures and secret books from the Sea Shark Gang. Deal with them in the next 2 days, Du Bidao said to Huliu. Prince, I'm afraid it's not that easy. When I talked to Zhuang Zuanji today, Su Chen was also preparing to do so. Huliu said. It seems that the Qinglong Club didn't plan to stay in the Lingjiang area before. I underestimated this. Su Chen, my uncle and I will go to the Xiangxi League today. After you deal with the Sea Shark Gang, go to the Xiangxi League as soon as possible. When you leave, go see Guan Yushan and go to the Xiangxi League with him. Try to find out Guan Yushan's background, Du Bidao said. Prince, are you leaving today? Hearing this, Huliu couldn't help but ask, cursing in his heart. I'm not your subordinate. Are you ordering me to do something for you? He hated her in his heart, but his expression didn't show it. Du Bidao nodded and said nothing. After Du Bidao left the city, Su Chen knew about it. My lord, Du Bidao left so quickly. It seems that he wants to do something with the World Alliance. Should we arrange for someone to go there? Yuan Suin said. The person pretending to be Bu Yongxiao has been arranged by them to go to the World Alliance. That person is under the control of Mu Qinghong. No matter what tricks they play, we have this trick. They will spit out whatever they swallow. Su Chen put down a secret book in his hand. This secret book helped him get a white lottery card. Then he picked up another book, Raging Sea Shocking Waves, a very strong key power method. Practicing it can obtain the 9th level of key power and reward 1 blue lottery card. With such a skill, you can only get 1 blue lottery card, but you could get at least 1 orange lottery card before. Su Chen sighed. But a little bit of money can make a lot. During this period of time, he has already obtained 1 orange lottery card and 3 white lottery cards. I believe that after sorting out the things of the Sea Shark Gang, he can get at least 3 orange lottery cards. Go and introduce Mu Qinghong to General Envoy Guan, and let her assist Guan Yushan, but tell General Envoy Guan that after the matter of World Alliance is over, don't keep this Mu Qinghong. A beautiful and capable woman is a potential risk if she becomes an enemy. He will not keep the risk. Yes, Yuan Suin bowed and left. When he left, what did he suddenly think of? Drawing back a brocade box from his sleeve, my lord, this is the Qilin blood booty, obtained from Bu Yongxiao, and Du Bidao has never taken it away, so I brought it back here. I guess he left it for us, Yuan Suin said. This Du Bidao is really scheming. This Qilin blood booty has the poison they put on it. They didn't take it away and kept it for me. They are showing off or plotting against me. Su Chen snorted coldly. He raised his hand and opened the brocade box. A blood-colored booty appeared in front of Su Chen, with Qilin patterns on it. Su Chen sucked it with his palm and grabbed the booty in his hand. Qilin blood booty has powerful blood power. Absorbing it can increase physical strength and blood. Get 1 orange lottery card. Sky Mist Lock Poison, a Trinity mixed toxin, has been eroded in the blood booty. There is no specific method to pull it out. Once triggered, the toxin will directly invade the Danshan and destroy the Danshan. Get 1 orange lottery card. Is this a bargain for me? Su Chen had a way to remove the poison in his mind. My lord, Du Bidao is a cruel person. Should we hunt him down? Yuan Suin said. Let him live longer. The water transport in Lingjiang area has not been fully established. If we kill him now, who'll help us build such a channel? Su Chen said with a smile. The main reason why Du Bidao was not killed was that Su Chen also wanted to benefit from the canal. Chapter 531. If you don't move, others will move. Qinglong Society has the opportunity to enter the capital. It's just that Su Chen didn't want to kill Du Bidao for the time being, but Du Bidao wanted to kill him. Outside Heisha City, Du Bidao and his carriage stopped at a place. A man wearing a felt hat appeared in front of the carriage. The middle-aged man had a thin face, high cheekbones, sunken eyes, and a flash of black between his eyebrows. giving people a very cold feeling. Kill him. At this time, a portrait flew out of the carriage. The portrait was Su Chen. Here is the reward. Then a silver note appeared in the carriage and flew into the man's hand. The man in the felt hat took a look at the portrait, stretched out his hand, and the portrait was shattered by the true key. The silver note was put back in his arms and left quickly. This person is not simple. He didn't show up, and I didn't feel his breath, Feng in the carriage said. The third-ranked assassin Black Shadow Stream of the Dark Flow Sand, the first assassin organization in Lingjiang area, has great concealment skills and has never failed to kill people. I really want to see if the young leader of the assassin organization, Qinglong Society, can escape this assassin's assassination. If he can escape, when we offer a reward for Emperor Wu Hao on the black market, we will also include Qinglong Society in the list, Du Bidao said softly. The carriage continued to move forward. At this moment, Hu Liu, who had stayed in the city before, appeared outside Su Chen's mansion. She was wearing a black suit and a bamboo hat. Please give this to the former chief steward. Hu Liu handed over her visiting card. Although Su Chen had already handed over the affairs of Sea Shark City and Xiangsha League to Xianaya Pavilion, Hu Liu didn't know Guan Yushan at all, and she still needed Su Chen to help her introduce Guan Yushan. Du Bidao had already had the intention to kill her. She believed that if she didn't use other means, she might not be able to leave the Lingjiang area. General Manager Yuan, please come in. After a while, the attendant led Hu Liu into the mansion. They appeared outside a courtyard. General Manager Yuan is in the courtyard. The attendant left. When Hu Liu entered the courtyard, she saw Su Chen sitting in a pavilion in the courtyard. She immediately stepped forward. Vice President Hu, please sit down. Su Chen waved his hand to let Hu Liu sit opposite him and asked. Hu Liu sat in front of Su Chen. I wonder what Vice President Hu wants to do. Su Chen looked at Hu Liu and said. Are you here to ask for help from young Dragon Su? Of course, I will pay the corresponding reward, Hu Liu said. Ask me for help? It's rare to ask us, Qinglong Hu, for help. Qinglong Hu helps people. It's very simple, just killing people, Su Chen said softly. There's no need to kill people. I just want to ask young Dragon Su to help me leave the Lingjiang area, Hu Liu said. Help you leave Lingjiang area? Is there anyone in Lingjiang area who wants to stop you from leaving? You should find Du Bidao for this matter, Su Chen looked at Hu Liu and asked with some doubt. Hu Liu is the vice president of Nanhai Chamber of Commerce and is attached to Du Bidao. How could someone not let her leave? The one who doesn't let me leave is Du Bidao. He may want me to die in Lingjiang area, Hu Liu said. Hearing this, Su Chen's eyes moved slightly. He didn't understand why the other party said that. Logically, Du Bidao and the South China Sea Chamber of Commerce were in a cooperative relationship, so he would not take action against Hu Liu. He immediately said in a cold voice, Vice President Hu, I'm not meeting you to listen to your jokes, young Master Su, I'm not kidding. Since the death of the old president of the South China Sea Chamber of Commerce, the new president has gradually moved closer to the Du family. I don't agree and have been ostracized. I haven't returned to the South China Sea Chamber of Commerce for many years. A few days ago, Xiao Muhang offended young Master Su and was killed. The new vice president will be Du Bidao, and now I am completely controlled by him. He told me to do something in the interests of the World Alliance, Hu Liu said. The affairs of the World Alliance have nothing to do with us, Qinglong Club, anymore. We, Qinglong Club, have already handed over all the affairs of the World Alliance to Lord Guan Yushan, the 10 Directions General Envoy of Xianaya Pavilion. If you have any questions, you can talk to General Envoy Guan in detail. General Envoy Guan is a domineering person. If he knows that you are secretly doing something, he will probably kill you with one palm, so I advise you not to do anything. Of course, if you want to kill someone, I, Qinglong Club, will arrange someone to help you kill Du Bidao for 10 million taels of silver. Su Chen looked at Hu Liu and said. 10 million taels, Master Su, I can't take out such a large sum of silver now. Hu Liu shook her head. She wanted to get rid of Du Bidao, but she couldn't kill him. Because once Du Bidao died, she would probably be held accountable by the first. There would be no chance of survival at that time. In that case, then I can't help you, but I will say something for you on Mr. Guan's side, Su Chen said. Young Master Su, I wonder if you have ever thought about developing the business of the Green Dragon Society to the capital, Hu Liu said. I don't know what Vice President Hu means. Su Chen's eyes narrowed and he looked at the other party. Although I am the Vice President of the Nanhai Chamber of Commerce, I have been excluded since the new President of the Nanhai Chamber of Commerce took office, so I secretly created a force, Shadow Gate, in the capital, and have been doing intelligence business in the capital. Recently, the 3 leaders of the evil alliance in the capital have contacted us, Shadow Gate, hoping that we can help contact some powerful killer organizations outside the capital to help them do something. It may be a big thing. If young Master Su introduces the Green Dragon Society to the capital, I think this is an opportunity, Hu Liu said. Well, Su Chen showed a hint of surprise on his face. The Shadow Gate, the information fed back by the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, mentioned this force. But he didn't expect that the Shadow Gate was still connected with the Evil Alliance, and that this Vice President Hu Liu was so hidden. He underestimated the other party. If the other party is the leader of the Shadow Gate and has a relationship with the Evil Alliance, then it is really not that difficult to leave the Lingjiang area. It seems that she doesn't want to lose her identity as the Vice President of the South China Chamber of Commerce, Su Chen thought to himself. King Long who does business in any region of the Great Zhou dynasty. As long as the price can be paid, we dare to take it, Su Chen looked at Hu Liu and said. Su Chen was going to do this business. One is to contact the Shadow Gate and enter the capital, and the other is to expand the momentum of the King Long Hu. Okay, I understand what Su Xiaolong Xiao means. I will pass your information to the capital. I hope Su Xiaolong Xiao can send a master to go there at that time, Hu Liu said. Definitely. If the Qinglong Society wants to leave the 9 northern counties, it will of course need to contact these huge forces. Don't worry, I have some friendship with General Guan. He will secretly protect you and won't make things difficult for you, Su Chen made a promise at this time. Thank you, young Master Su, Hu Liu thanked. Since Su Chen made such a promise, she believed that Guan Yushan would help her. While they were talking, the man in the felt hat appeared at the corner of a street outside Su Chen's mansion, his eyes looking towards Su Chen's mansion. Chapter 532 Locking, Wuqi Villa, Zhu Daimon is in action. Jiangnan, Suchen recently, 2 things have been brewing. The first thing is that the day before yesterday at Xianyang Waterside, Liu Aoxu, the eldest daughter of the Liu family, injured Mrs. Lian of Wuqi Villa. The Liu family has a marriage relationship with the Nanguang family, one of the 4 major families in Jiangnan. The second thing is that Xiangshenman is preparing to investigate the matters outside of Suchen, and it is rumored that the first target of the investigation is Wuqi Villa. Both things are actually related to Wuqi Villa. So for a while, Wuqi Villa became the focus of everyone's conversation. Although the 12 adopted sons of Xiangshenman decided that the first target would be Wuqi Villa, they were also afraid of accidents, so they were ready to spread the word. Coincidentally, before that, Liu Aoxu of the Liu family injured Li Yimei. The 2 things happened at the same time, causing things to ferment quickly. In Wuqi Villa, Liang Chengbi looked at his wife in front of him, who was a little pale and looked a little bad. The day before yesterday, when they were entertaining Nalan Rongayan and others at Xianyang Waterside, Liu Aoxu appeared. In order not to disturb Liang Chengbi's hospitality, Li Yimei went out to meet Liu Aoxu. Unexpectedly, Liu Aoxu attacked Li Yimei after a few words. The attack was not very heavy, but Li Yimei did not have any martial arts, so she was seriously injured. Are we going to let this matter go? Liang Chengbi said coldly. Although the Liu family is not one of the 4 major families in Jiangnan, they have been married to the Nanguang family for generations, and their relationship is not ordinary. The wife of the current Nanguang family patriarch is the daughter of the old patriarch of the Liu family, and also Liu Aoxu's end. Our focus now is to refine the heavenly blood jade cicada pill to improve your strength, Li Yimei said. Moreover, I think the news that Xiangshenman wants to search my Wuqi Villa is a signal released by Xiangshenman. I believe they will attack my Wuqi Villa soon. We need to find a way to transfer the heavenly blood jade cicada, but once it is transferred, I'm afraid the other party will be able to find it by special methods. This is what Li Yimei is worried about now. Don't worry about this, Brother Fu. You have promised me to stay in Wuqi Villa for a few days. What's more, your husband, my own strength has reached the 8 difficulties of heaven and man. I can deal with the general 9 difficulties of heaven and man. Don't be afraid of Xiangshen's sect as long as they dare to make trouble, I don't mind fighting with them, Liang Chengbi said coldly. Husband, what level is Brother Fu's strength at? Li Yimei asked curiously. While speaking, she coughed slightly. Brother Fu's strength? Even if the Xiangxing sect's Zuda master comes, he is not his opponent, Liang Chengbi said coldly. The reason why he stole her heavenly blood jade cicada before Fu Hongxue and others arrived was mainly to rely on Fu Hongxue to suppress Zuda master. Zuda master of Xiangxing sect, whose strength is at the Danshan transformation C level. There is a difference between his cultivation level and Fu Hongxue's, and he can suppress Zuda master, so he moved. And he also wants to use Fu Hongxue to spread the reputation of his Wuge villa. Only when his reputation spreads can he gather some martial arts masters. Now he is just the son-in-law of the Li family, and he has money. The martial arts world is not just about being rich. You need money and talents. He has a weak reputation, and for such a long time, he has not gathered any masters. Master, there is a man who calls himself Qiao Feng outside to visit. At this time, a servant came in from outside. Master Qiao is here too. Liang Chengbi showed a happy look on his face. I will go to pick up Master Qiao. You go back and rest first. I'll wait here, Li Yimei said. Liang Chengbi nodded, and then followed the servant to the gate of the villa. At the gate of the villa, Qiao Feng was standing outside the manor. Not far away, Fu Hongxue was moving his feet, step by step, walking towards this side. He promised Liang Chengbi to come and help sit in Wuge villa for a few days. When he arrived at the door, seeing Qiao Feng at the gate of the manor, his eyes moved slightly. Fu Hongxue had seen Qiao Feng's portrait, and Qiao Feng had also seen Fu Hongxue's portrait. Boss Qiao, Fu Hongxue, the two of them said. Boss Qiao, your strength has been raised to the level of concentrating the spirit in the sea, Fu Hongxue said with a slight change of expression when he saw Qiao Feng. Yuan Suan had given him information before, and Qiao Feng's strength should be at the level of Danshan transforming into the sea. But Qiao Feng on the opposite side, the aura of concentrating the spirit in the sea leaked out a little, probably because he had just broken through and could not be perfectly restrained. I got a dragon shadow grass on the way here, which fits my cultivation method very well, so I condensed the divine power and stepped into the sea to concentrate the spirit, Qiao Feng said with a smile. Qiao Feng felt that he was very lucky. He stepped into the sea to concentrate the spirit so quickly. While they were talking, Liang Chengbi appeared. Boss Qiao, Liang Chengbi and Qiao Feng had met each other during this period, so they were very familiar with each other. Liang Chengbi also sensed some of the leaked aura from Qiao Feng, and his eyes were filled with surprise. Boss Qiao, you are practicing really fast. Look, if I hadn't heard that something happened to your Wuge villa, I would have thought about stabilizing my aura and coming again tomorrow. But even if I don't come, Brother Fu will be in charge of your Wuge villa, and no one will dare to invade, Qiao Feng said cheerfully. Let's talk inside the manor. Liang Chengbi took the two into the manor. When Liang Chengbi and the others entered the manor, two spies from the Xiangxing sect appeared outside the manor and looked at the two people entering. A big man and a cripple. Are these two people the helpers invited by Liang Chengbi? One person said. Something happened, the person next to him said in a deep voice. What happened? I don't know about the cripple, but I know who the big man is. He is Qiao Feng, the leader of the beggars sect who is now famous in the Jiangnan world. From the way he just talked to Liang Chengbi, they know each other. We must report this matter to the hall master immediately. After saying that, he pulled the person who had spoken earlier and left quickly. Soon, the news that Qiao Feng appeared in Wuge villa spread. The beggars sect is now very powerful in Jiangnan, because not long ago, Qiao Feng fought with a Danshan Huhe level strongman from the Lai family. After a fierce battle, he killed the other party, Xiangxinmen. The 12 adopted sons gathered together. You said, Qiao Feng of the beggars sect appeared in Wuge villa. How is Liang Chengbi related to Qiao Feng? The eldest of the 12 adopted sons said in a deep voice. Are we still searching Wuge villa? Now, you don't need to search anymore. Heavenly blood jade cicada is in Wuge villa. Just as the eldest son finished speaking, a voice sounded in their ears. Greetings, foster father. Several people immediately saluted the person who spoke. The person who came was the Grand Master Zhu, and with him was Li Muhan. Foster father, you said that heavenly blood jade cicada is in Wuge villa, but we haven't found any clues. The boss frowned and asked. Li Yimei from Wuge villa, is secretly looking for someone who can make pills. Although she kept it very secret, she was still discovered by Brother Li. Grandmaster Zhu of Xiangxing sect said. Foster father, since we know that heavenly blood jade cicada is in Wugavilla, then we will destroy Wugavilla. I came to you to ask you to lead people to attack Wugavilla. However, other people can die, but Li Yimei cannot die. The Li family has some relationship with Lan Yuhao. For Lan Yuhao's face, let Li Yimei live, Grandmaster Zhu said. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 533, Liu Mansion, Liu Mushin Heaven Given Yin Blood, 7 Absolutes Destroying Life Grass. The head of the Zhu family is going to attack Wugavilla. Adoptive father, if the heavenly blood jade cicada is in Wugavilla, then Qiao Feng's coming here at this time is probably the helper invited by Lian Chengbi to fight against our Xiangxing sect, and judging from the time, Qiao Feng did not come temporarily, he should have been on his way a long time ago. I'm afraid things are not simple. The one who spoke was Luo Minghu, the 12th of the 12 adopted sons. Luo Minghu looked young, but his tone was very calm. In addition to Qiao Feng, there was also a lame man who appeared in Wugavilla. We don't have any information about him, but he was received by Lian Chengbi together with Qiao Feng. That person's strength is definitely not simple, Luo Minghu continued. Haha, old 12, you are still as calm as ever, the great Master Zhu laughed and said with a very happy face, even if the opponent is at the Danshan Huahei level like Qiao Feng, we can still take him down. My Xiangxing sect can become one of the defending forces in Sioux City, not only me but also the Danshan Huahei level. There are 2 more, plus your Uncle Li, 4 Danshan Huahei level strongmen, and in addition to the 4 of us, Liu Mushin from the Red Sun Hall will also join us. His purpose is very simple. Except for Li Yimei, no one else in Wugavilla will be left alive, the great Master Zhu said loudly. Jianghu is not just about fighting and killing, but also requires planning. Godfather, this Liu Mushin is still unwilling to give up on Li Yimei. He is really an infatuated man, but Li Yimei doesn't like him. Hearing this, the eldest brother said with a smile. Brother, don't say it in front of him, otherwise he will kill you, the third brother said. Okay, now you lead your men to surround Wugavilla. I will meet up with Liu Mushin and go to Wugavilla. I want to see what courage this Lian Chengbi has to steal my heavenly blood jade cicada. Zhu Dada Master touched his bald head and said, yes, under the order, his 12 adopted sons began to act, and the disciples of Xiangxing sect quickly gathered. Zhu Dada Master and Li Muhan, as well as 2 thin old men dressed in black, went to Liu's house together. Liu's family is a wealthy family in Suchen, backed by the Nanguang family, one of the 4 major families in the Jiangnan region. Although there are many forces in the Jiangnan region, the dominant ones are still the wealthy families. The 4 major families in Jiangnan have never declined, whether in the previous dynasty or now, and their strength is strong. The fact that the Liu family can be backed by the Nanguang family shows that they have an extraordinary foundation. Of course, the eldest son of the Liu family is also the eldest disciple of the master of the Red Sun Palace, one of the 2 palaces in the Jiangnan region. The location of the Liu mansion is Guangming Street, an older street in Suchen. A high wall inside the high wall is a huge garden. In the garden, there are lush trees, buildings, many winding corridors, various pavilions, red walls and tiles, glittering colored glaze, fish shadows in the water, and bamboo forests. It is completely a Jiangnan garden. A small building. A young man wearing a brocade robe and a jade belt around his waist is standing on the 2nd floor, looking into the distance. If it weren't for his gloomy face, this young man could be considered a handsome man. This person is Liu Mushin, the eldest son of the Liu family. Young master, Master Zhu, they are already outside the mansion, a servant next to Liu Mushin spoke. Okay, I know, Liu Mushin waved his hand. The servant bowed and left the small building. Heaven sent yin blood, Li Yimei, you have such blood, destined to belong to me only. Today I will bring you to the Liu mansion, and use your blood to irrigate my 7 absolute life-destroying grass. Once the 7 absolute life-destroying grass matures, combined with the 7 absolute life-destroying sutra, I can step into the Danshan transformation sea level, Liu Musheng's face showed excitement and ruthlessness. Liu Musheng ranked 5th among the young generation in the Jiangnan region. It can be said that he is a person of outstanding talent. He had been pursuing Li Yimei before. In the eyes of outsiders, he was very infatuated. But unexpectedly, he wanted to obtain the heaven-sent yin blood from Li Yimei. This blood can promote the rapid growth of the 7 absolute life-destroying grass in the Red Sun Hall. He accidentally discovered that Li Yimei had such blood. So he has been pursuing Li Yimei, just thinking of marrying Li Yimei. At that time, he can get Li Yimei's blood at any time to irrigate the 7 absolute life-destroying grass he needs and improve his strength. Outsiders can't detect it yet. The smile on his face faded, and Liu Musheng left the small building. Outside the manor, Liu Musheng saw Li Muhan next to Master Zhu. I didn't expect that Deputy Commander Li is here too. Does this mean that it has been confirmed that Master Zhu's heavenly blood jade cicada was stolen by Lian Changbi? Liu Musheng said. It has been confirmed that heavenly blood jade cicada is in Wuge Villa. As for whether it was stolen by Lian Changbi, it is not clear, but it is not important. What is important is that after today, Wuge Villa will be destroyed and Lian Changbi will die, Li Muhan said. There is another meaning in his words. In his opinion, heavenly blood jade cicada may not have been stolen by Lian Changbi, but it may have been secretly stolen by the eldest son of the Liu family. In the eyes of outsiders, the eldest son of the Liu family is gentle and elegant. But those who know him know that Liu Musheng has extraordinary means and is very cruel. He is not an easy person to get along with. This method of framing may be the work of Liu Musheng. Liu Musheng did not speak. The loss of Master Zhu's heavenly blood jade cicada has nothing to do with him. He was a little curious in his heart. How dare Lian Changbi steal the heavenly blood jade cicada of the great Master Zhu? Did he want to compete with him? Although Li Yimei married Lian Changbi, Liu Musheng never gave up pursuing Li Yimei. He thought that he had put pressure on Lian Changbi. The carriage carried 5 people and headed out of the city. At this time, people in the city were talking about it. The 12 adopted sons of Xiangshenman led people to Wuge Villa. It seems that they are really going to search Wuge Villa, first as rumored, Nalan Rongayan said in a deep voice standing by the window. From the looks of it, they are not going to search, but to take action, Leng Hushan said in a deep voice. It seems that they are sending so many people to destroy Wuge Villa, Bai Tianyu responded. Leng Hushan and Bai Tianyu were both big men who led a group before. They saw from the mobilization of Xiangshenman that Xiangshenman was going to take action against Wuge Villa. Hearing this, Nalan Rongayan was stunned. Should we go and help? Nalan Rongayan said. Boss Qiao and Fu Hongxue can handle this matter. After today's fight, Wuge Villa will be famous. At that time, we will go to Wuge Villa to pay a visit and establish contact. That will be natural, Leng Hushan said. Although we won't take action, we can go to support them and watch the battle, Leng Hushan then said. Only by watching the strong fight can they feel stronger pressure and improve themselves. Chapter 534 Lian Changbi takes action and kills one person with one sword. Wuge Villa in the meeting room. Xiangshen sect's actions are quite fast. As soon as you appeared, they moved. Lian Changbi received the news from the city and spoke. They are coming with great momentum, so we need to pay attention, Qiao Feng said in a deep voice. He has been in Jiangnan for a while. He has some understanding of the Jiangnan area. There are many masters, so he cannot be careless. As for Fu Hongxue, he sat aside and did not speak. He himself is a lonely person and does not like to talk. He has few friends, and the best one among them is Yukai. It's just that Yukai did not appear in this world. As for the martial arts world in the Jiangnan area, Fu Hongxue did not understand it either. He knew that the forces in this world were not simple, but he believed in the knife in his hand. At this time, Li Yimei walked in from outside. Husband, Liu Musheng got on the carriage of the Master Zhu of Xiangshen sect and is on the way to my Wuge Villa. Li Yimei came in and saluted Qiao Feng and Fu Hongxue and said, it seems that Liu Musheng has teamed up with the Grand Master Zhu of the Xiangshen sect. He's going to attack me. Can't he help it? Lian Changbi said with a cold look in his eyes. Although the outside world said that Liu Musheng was infatuated with Li Yimei, the Liu Musheng he had seen was definitely not an infatuated person. There must be a special reason why he attaches so much importance to Li Yimei. It's just that he has never found out. Li Yimei also knew this. Otherwise, with Liu Musheng's family in appearance, he could be worthy of Li Yimei. Li Yimei had no need to reject Liu Musheng's pursuit. Husband, do you want my father to come? No matter what, he has a certain friendship with Lan Yuhao, which can make them considerate, Li Yimei said. She didn't know the relationship between Lian Chengbi and Qiao Feng. She was afraid that the other party would not help Lian Chengbi after knowing Liu Musheng. After all, Liu Musheng's background is not simple. Sister-in-law, you can rest assured. We have formed an alliance with Brother Lian. The affairs of the Wuk Villa are affairs. Qiao Feng seemed to see Li Yimei's worry. Where are they now? Qiao Feng asked. They are almost out of the city. They will reach our Wuge Villa in about half an hour, is that so? Then you take Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada, and leave, meet up with Nalan Rongayan and the others, and go find the alchemist to refine the elixir, Lian Chengbi said. Now that everyone is gathered in their Wuge Villa, it is also the time for them to refine Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada. At this time, no one would think that they would refine Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada. Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada is not only wanted by the Zhu family leader, but also by some martial arts masters. In fact, many people don't know that Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada is in Wuge Villa now, but after a battle, it is estimated that many people will believe it. If Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada has not been refined by then, I am afraid it will attract people's attention. That will attract many people. This is the best time to refine the elixir. I know, I will leave from the secret passage. Li Yimei nodded, and left without staying here. Brother Lian, you are so lucky, Qiao Feng couldn't help but say. You too, try the new tea I just got from Xiangxiang Tea Garden. Lian Chengbi greeted the two, and then chatted, waiting for the opponent to come. At this moment, outside Wuge Villa, many martial arts masters gathered. Do you think that Heavenly Blood Jade Cicada is really in Wuge Villa? A rough man said. If it is, you think Master Zhu didn't take action earlier, but waited until now, making a big fuss. They want to search the manor here, and no one else dares to move, so they take the soft persimmon, Wuge Villa, first. It can only be said that Lian Chengbi is unlucky, the person next to him said. What you said is true. Who made him marry the eldest lady of the Li family? You don't know. News just came from the city that Liu Musheng and Master Zhu are coming together. It seems that Lian Chengbi will die today. That's not necessarily true, do you know? A man came to Wuge Villa today. Do you know who that man is? Qiao Feng from the Beggars sect. Someone seems to know something. Qiao Feng from the Beggars sect. Qiao Feng knows Lian Chengbi, so I'm afraid this Wuge Villa may not be so easy to take down. Is that why you say it's not necessarily true? Voices of discussion rang out outside the manor. More people's eyes flashed with excitement. Judging from the current situation, there might be a big battle. When martial arts masters fight, warriors like to watch the battle. Amidst the discussion, a carriage slowly stopped at the gate of Wuge Villa. When the carriage stopped, the 12 adopted sons of Xiangshan sect, who had gathered at Wuge Villa before, quickly moved forward. The servants at the gate of the villa quickly closed the gate and retreated into the manor. It seems that Lian Chengbi is very confident. We arrived at the gate, but he still hasn't shown up. Master Zhu got off the carriage, looked at the gate of Wuge Villa in front of him and said softly, Godfather, I'll help you open this door. Luo Jinhu, the second oldest of the 12 adopted sons, stepped forward with a pair of meteor hammers in his hands and said. Master Zhu nodded. Boom. Seeing Master Zhu nod, Luo Jinhu kicked the ground with his foot and shot out. When he approached the gate, the meteor hammer in his hand turned into 2 meteors and attacked the gate of Wuge Villa. Creak. At this moment, the gate of Wuge Villa opened, and Lian Chengbi's figure appeared at the gate. Seeing the meteors coming, his face showed rage. In addition to martial arts, there are also fame and reputation in the world of martial arts. The other party smashed the gate of his Wuge Villa, which was an insult to their Wuge Villa. In the future, people will not remember how strong Wuge Villa was, but that the gate of Wuge Villa was smashed. This will become a stain on Wuge Villa, and its reputation will be lost. I'm afraid it will be difficult for him to rely on Wuge Villa to gather masters, as this is cutting off his foundation. Looking for death? Lian Chengbi shouted in a low voice. While shouting, a ferocious look appeared on Lian Chengbi's face. He leaned forward and drew out the long sword in his hand. A violent sword light burst out instantly and attacked Luo Jinhu. The sword light was dazzling and extremely sharp. At this moment, Luo Jinhu only saw a terrifying sword light in his eyes. Suddenly, his body trembled, and his hair stood on end. Damn it! Luo Jinhu's pupils suddenly shrank, and the meteor hammer in his hand turned, protecting himself in front of him to resist Lian Chengbi's sword light. Swish! Just when he was about to transfer the meteor hammer, Lian Chengbi's figure moved, and the sword light in his hand instantly closed, tearing the air and penetrating the defensive space of the meteor hammer. It stabbed directly into the opponent's chest. After stabbing with a sword, the figure returned quickly without any pause. Many people did not see what happened just now, but they saw the long sword in Lian Chengbi's hand, with blood dripping from the tip of the sword. Chapter 535, One sword, one knife, and two more killed. Plop! When everyone saw the blood on the tip of the sword, Luo Jinhu's body fell to the ground. Before the fight officially started, the second adopted son of Zuda, the master of Xiangshan sect, died at the gate of Wuge Villa. He died under the sword of Lian Chengbi. That sword was so fast, it's not fast, but he saw the flaw of Luo Jinhu's meteor hammer, some people said. Looking for death, seeing this situation, the eldest of the 12 adopted sons changed his face, kicked the ground with his foot, and his figure shot out instantly. At this moment, the ground he just kicked collapsed instantly, and large pieces of stone slabs shattered and surged in all directions. It was like a dragon turning over. The eldest brother Zudatu had strong leg skills. Seeing the second brother being killed, he immediately took action. A layer of terrifying energy appeared on his right leg. The energy flowed and vibrated when it came into contact with the air, forming a roaring sound. Facing him, Lian Chengbi's eyes condensed, and his body turned to avoid the attack. Luo Jinhu's strength was at the 7 difficulties of heaven and man, which was slightly worse than his. Moreover, he attacked unexpectedly and did not hold back at all, so Luo Jinhu was killed by him with one sword. However, Zudatu's strength was at the 9 difficulties of heaven and man. In terms of realm, he was higher than Lian Chengbi. Of course, if Lian Chengbi used the secret technique of illusionary killing obtained from Xiao Hao, he could still kill the opponent. However, there were many people here, and Lian Chengbi did not want people to know his trump card. He moved his body. However, Zudatu's speed was not slow either. He changed his body in mid-air and attacked Lian Chengbi. Seeing this, Lian Chengbi shot out the long sword in his hand, and the sword energy was crisscrossed, but when it collided with the opponent's legs and arms, it made a clanging sound. And a recoil force was transmitted to his body. His body was knocked back several steps, and his blood and ki rolled all over his body. After one blow, Zudatu jumped out again and chopped down with one leg. The powerful energy formed a knife wind, whistling towards Lian Chengbi. The surrounding air, under the terrifying force and speed, formed ripples, vibrated, and twisted, making Zudatu's figure a little ethereal for a moment. Your adopted son's leg skills are getting more and more sophisticated, Li Muhan, who was beside Master Zhu, said. His strength and speed are good, but he is still a little lacking in ki strength. It is a bit difficult for him to comprehend the Danshan transformation C, Master Zhu said in a deep voice. Now, among his 12 adopted sons, 3 have entered the 9 difficulties of heaven and man, but none of them can enter the Danshan transformation C level. Under this swift attack, Lian Chengbi could only dodge. He held the long sword tightly in his hand, and he wanted to find an opportunity to draw the sword. Lian Chengbi himself was a master of swordsmanship, and the speed of drawing the sword was extremely fast. As long as he was given the opportunity, he could stab Zudatu with a sword. But Zudatu's attack was swift and powerful. Every time he blocked Zudatu's attack with his sword, his arm would be slightly numb and his figure would keep retreating. Retreat? I want to see how long you can retreat. Zudatu looked at Lian Chengbi like a lone wolf. And the attack from his legs became faster and faster, and the force became stronger and stronger. Seeing this situation, Lian Chengbi's eyes condensed. Suddenly, he seemed to be a step slower in drawing his sword. His chest was directly swept by Zudatu's leg, and the powerful force rushed into Lian Chengbi's body from his legs. But at this moment, a wave appeared inside Lian Chengbi's body, and it turned into a ball of blood. Swallowed all this power. The reason why he was able to steal the heavenly blood jade cicada of Zuda's master of Xiangshan sect was mainly because he got the magic-killing secret book from Xiao Hao, which turned into a red leech. Boom! Lian Chengbi's body flew backwards, and a mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth. He supported his body with a long sword in his right hand. Seeing this, Zhu Datu's eyes emitted a cold light, stepped on the ground, and appeared in front of Lian Chengbi. He raised his palm and grabbed Lian Chengbi's neck. But at this moment, Lian Chengbi's eyes turned cold, and he grabbed the long sword in his hands, and instantly clenched his hands, and slashed with the sword. The speed was so fast that the proud Zhu Datu hadn't reacted yet. He was cut in half by his sword. He didn't even have the chance to speak. Blood sprayed on the ground. This scene not only surprised the spectators, but also the Zhu Datu who had the upper hand and beat Lian Chengbi to vomit blood, but was cut in half by Lian Chengbi's sword. After the opponent was cut in half with one sword, Lian Chengbi's aura began to rise vaguely. It seemed that he was going towards the 9 difficulties of heaven and man. This Lian Chengbi is so cruel. Some people looked at Lian Chengbi and said in their mouths, thinking in their hearts that they must not offend Lian Chengbi in the future. Boom! At this moment, the Zhu Datu's face became extremely gloomy, and a terrifying aura burst out of his body, and crazy murderous intent appeared in his eyes. Lian Chengbi, you dare to kill my 2 adopted sons in a row. Today I will make you regret coming to this world, Zhu Datu said angrily. Kill me, then you have to ask my friends if they agree or not, Lian Chengbi said calmly. While he was speaking, 2 figures had already walked out of the gate of Wuqi Villa, Qiao Feng and Fu Hongsu. However, Fu Hongsu was a little slow, dragging his right leg forward. A crippled cripple, seeing Fu Hongsu walking slowly, the 4th adopted son standing in front of the manor said coldly. While speaking, the spear in his hand shot out instantly, tearing through the air, as fast as lightning, and went towards Fu Hongsu's right leg. Yin Kui likes to sneak attack, seeing this, some people said. But when the spear was about to reach Fu Hongsu's figure disappeared instantly. The spear was directly inserted into the ground. Dust flew. Although Fu Hongsu's right leg was crippled, his lightness skill was extremely good. In the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of Yin Kui. Then the black long sword in his hand was instantly unsheathed. A violent knife light appeared in front of Yin Kui, who was still looking at the place where the spear was. But the terrifying knife light brought him back to his senses. But it was too late to react. Swish! The body was split in half by a knife. The 2 halves of the body fell to the ground, and blood began to flow. How fierce the knife was! It shocked everyone for a while. No one expected this to happen. Master Zhu led 12 adopted sons to appear in Wuqi Villa, but lost 3 adopted sons in a short period of time. This was not what everyone had imagined before. Who are you? Li Muhan, who was beside Master Zhu, looked at Fu Hongsu and said in a deep voice. But Fu Hongsu did not answer him, but turned around and moved his body towards Qiao Feng and Lian Chengbi. At this moment, no one dared to underestimate or laugh at Fu Hongsu's lameness. This person was too strong. Although Yin Kui liked to sneak attack, he was also one of the 3 adopted sons of Master Zhu who entered the 9 difficult realms of heaven and man. I didn't expect that Lian Chengbi, you actually have such a friend, sir. I am Liu Mushin from the Liu family. I hope you won't get involved in this mess today. At this time, Liu Mushin spoke up. He wanted to use the Liu family to pressure Fu Hongsu. Chapter 536 Kill him and add 3 million taels. At this time, outside the villa, not far away, 2 people wearing black robes and masks on their faces were watching the situation in front of the villa. I didn't expect that Lian Chengbi had such a friend. He just made a move, but he didn't show any energy, but his body movements and the speed of his sword were extremely fast. Yin Kui didn't even have the chance to dodge, one of them said. And he didn't even make a move to move. It should be that his mind was locked by the man's sword intent and he didn't react. So he didn't even make a move to dodge and was cut in half, another person said. I originally wanted to take this opportunity to pull Lian Chengbi to us, but now it seems a bit difficult, the person who spoke earlier said in a deep voice. Difficulties can show that he is useful. Maybe you can ask the adults to come in person and meet Lian Chengbi, another person said. From the conversation between the 2 people, it can be heard that the 2 people wearing masks should want to take this opportunity to win over Lian Chengbi to join them. In front of the villa, Fu Hongsu looked calm and didn't care about Liu Mushin's words at all. Liu Mushin's face became gloomy, and a dangerous look burst out from his eyes. He reported the name of the Liu family, but the other party did not react at all. The person in front of him did not care about their Liu family. He had a murderous intention towards Fu Hongxue in his heart. But the other party had just struck and killed Yin Kui, whose strength had reached the 9th level of heaven and man. He could not deal with such strength. He looked at the head of the Zhu family. At this time, Zhu Meng's eyes were fierce, and a cold murderous intention emerged in his eyes. In a short period of time, 3 sons were killed and injured. 2 of them had reached the 9th level of heaven and man. Not only did they suffer heavy losses, but their reputation was also greatly hit. If they want to restore their momentum, they must use ruthless means to kill Lian Chengbi and Fu Hongxue. He looked behind him. Behind him, the 2 elders of the Xiangshan Gate who followed him stepped forward and saw the 2 people come forward. The discussion of the battle outside the manor suddenly became silent, and everyone's eyes were looking at the 2 people. They had never seen these 2 people, but they were probably very powerful when they came forward at this time. Boom! Boom! The 2 men moved forward, and the aura of the Sea of Danshan on their bodies burst out, covering Fu Hongxue and the others. However, this aura was shattered by a knife intent when it approached Fu Hongxue and the others. Bang! When their blood and ki were shattered, the 2 figures shot out at the same time. Heavenly Lion Fist, Heavenly Blood Killing Palm, one punched, and the other palmed, and the 2 attacked Fu Hongxue at the same time. The punched fist burst out with a very strong ki, and the ki was like a lion, attacking Fu Hongxue like lightning. The palm on the other side appeared blood-red ki, making people feel like they were in a sea of blood, fierce and brutal. When these 2 people attacked, Master Zhu glanced at the other adopted sons. The remaining 9 adopted sons saw Master Zhu's eyes. Kill! At the same time, they shouted in a low voice and collectively killed Lian Chengbi. Sometimes, the rivers and lakes are not a one-on-one fight, and encirclement and killing are indispensable means. The weakest of the 9 righteous sons were all in the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. Lian Chengbi's strength was good, but under the siege, he had no chance of survival. When the 9 righteous sons rushed forward, the eyes of the Zhu Da leader were looking at Qiao Feng. He must pay attention to Qiao Feng's strength. Previously, this Qiao gang leader killed a Danshan Huhe level strongman from the Lai family. The Lai family is not an ordinary family. It is a royal relative with extraordinary strength. It is also the leader family among the 36 foreign tribes in Jiangnan. The strongman of the Danshan Huhe realm is stronger than the ordinary Danshan Huhe strongman. So at the beginning, the Zhu Da leader was concerned about Qiao Feng, not Fu Hongxue. At this moment, Qiao Feng raised his palm, and a golden dragon shadow appeared in his palm, grabbing Lian Chengbi behind him, and then slapped several palms in a row, and several golden dragon shadows rushed out and went towards the attacking 9 righteous sons. Boom! The 9 disciples who had taken action changed their expressions when they saw this. The 9 of them quickly gathered together and punched at the same time, trying to stop the golden dragon that Qiao Feng had slapped out of his palm. 10 palms to subdue the dragon. Qiao Feng killed the Danshan Huhe strongman of the Lai family to perform martial arts. Seeing Qiao Feng taking action, Li Muhan said beside Master Zhu. As the deputy commander of the Jiangnan Pacification Division, he knew very well about Qiao Feng, the newly rising leader of the Beggars sect. It took Qiao Feng very little time from his appearance to his fame in Jiangnan. The Jiangnan Pacification Division collected every bit of information. Bang! As he spoke, the 9 disciples of Master Zhu flew backwards, and a mouthful of blood spurted out of their mouths. It's a very domineering martial art, but I don't know who is more domineering compared to my heavenly blood fierce fist. As Master Zhu finished speaking, a layer of invisible blood waves spread out from his body and rushed towards Qiao Feng. Boom! When his breath burst out, a terrifying divine aura appeared on Qiao Feng, and a divine dragon-like aura emerged behind him. Sea concentration. This Qiao Feng is a sea concentration expert. No, the aura is not too stable. This Qiao Feng has just stepped into the sea concentration. When the sea concentration aura burst out from Qiao Feng, Li Muhan's expression changed. The aura from Master Zhu that surged towards Qiao Feng was instantly shattered. At this moment, his face was also extremely ugly. He did not expect Qiao Feng to be a sea concentration expert. Damn, how could this be? Li Mushan, who was beside Master Zhu, cursed in his heart. Qiao Feng shattered the blood and ki of Master Zhu, and he was also affected. The blood and ki of the shrine rolled. His face turned pale, his face was full of hatred, and he cursed in his heart. Qiao Feng is a sea concentration expert. Then today, this Wuki Villa may not be able to move. The Liu family does not have a sea concentration expert, only the master of the Red Sun Hall where he is. With such a strong man protecting Wuki Villa, Xiangsheng sects simply cannot take it down. Just when they were shocked by Qiao Feng's powerful strength, swish, swish, two black knife lights appeared between heaven and earth. Under the two knife lights, the two Xiangsheng sect elders who had previously attacked Fu Hongsu exploded and turned into blood mist. Blood filled the front of the villa. Two Danshan Huahe strongmen were killed by two knives. This was the same as the previous killing of Shinran Jiunan. Seeing this scene, some people couldn't help but take a breath of cold air. This lame man with a knife is probably as strong as Qiao Feng. When everyone was shocked, Fu Hongsu looked at the 9 adopted sons of Xiangsheng sect who were injured and fell on the ground, and a flash of murderous intent appeared in his eyes. In an instant, he chopped with a knife, and suddenly a dazzling knife light like a thread burst out from the long knife in his hand, and chopped it down heavily with the momentum of splitting the sea. Boom! The sword light fell with a roar at the place where the 9 adopted sons of the Zhu family were. The 9 bodies were thrown into the air by the huge force, and then split in two by the sword energy, and the remains fell to the ground. Fu Hongsu's attack was more ruthless than Qiao Feng. Without any reservation, he killed all 9 people. He put away the sword, looked at Liang Changbi, and then turned to the Zhu family. Kill him, and add another 3 million taels. Fu Hongsu's voice echoed in the air. Chapter 537, Qinglong Society, the 4th Dragon Leader, Fu Hongsu. After the voice fell, there was silence outside the manor. Everyone who was shocked by Qiao Feng's move opened their eyes wide and looked at Fu Hongsu. When Fu Hongsu killed the 2 elders of Xiangshengmen, before, they were paying attention to Qiao Feng, and saw 2 blade flashes in their peripheral vision. After the blade flashes, the elders of Xiangshengmen died. It can be said that they did not see clearly how the 2 died. But this time, when Fu Hongsu made a move, they saw the horror of Fu Hongsu's blade. At this moment, Fu Hongsu gave them the feeling that the blade was terrifying, and the person was even more terrifying. Of course, what surprised them the most was the meaning of Fu Hongsu's words was obviously that he was making a deal with Liang Chengbi. Add another 3 million taels and kill the master of Zhu. In other words, Fu Hongsu might be a killer. Hearing Fu Hongsu's words, the master of Zhu's face was extremely gloomy. Who are you? Who are you? The master of Zhu roared. Qinglong Hu, Fu Hongsu. This time Fu Hongsu reported his name. Qinglong Club, Fu Hongsu. Hearing this voice, the people watching the battle outside the villa frowned. Some people had never heard of the Qinglong Club, so they couldn't help but look at the people next to them. But seeing that the other party's eyes were also confused, they knew or didn't know about the Qinglong Club. Qinglong Club is now the overlord of the 9 northern counties, but to be honest, in the eyes of Jiangnan martial artists, the 9 northern counties are like the rural areas of first-tier cities and third-tier cities. What's more, the Qinglong Club has no dazzling achievements in other places in the Great Zhou dynasty, so they have never paid attention to it and don't know it. However, Li Muhan in the Hanfu division heard Fu Hongsu's words, and his pupils suddenly shrank. The Qinglong Club information is recorded in their Hanfu division. According to the information of this Hanfu division, there is a strong man who concentrates his mind in the sea in the Qinglong Club, that is the 3rd dragon head Li Chen's Hao. But now there is another such a strong man who concentrates his mind in the sea. Which dragon head of the Qinglong Club are you? Li Muhan asked. Who are you? One of the 4 dragon leaders of the Qinglong Society, Fu Hongsu said, and looked at Li Muhan. Li Muhan, deputy commander of the Jiangnan Pacification Division, Li Muhan said. What have you thought about? While Li Muhan was speaking, Fu Hongsu turned around and asked Liang Chengbi. Seeing this, Li Muhan's eyes condensed. He didn't expect that Fu Hongsu didn't take him seriously. A trace of haze flashed in the depths of his eyes, but he didn't show it on his face. When Fu Hongsu spoke, the Master Zhu, who was standing next to Li Muhan, a fierce look flashed in his eyes. A blood-colored bottle appeared in his hand, and a blood-colored pill was taken out of it. Brother Zhu, don't. Seeing this, Li Muhan, who was next to him, immediately wanted to stop him. But the Master Zhu didn't give him a chance to stop him and swallowed it in one gulp. Boom! A terrifying blood energy burst out from the Master Zhu. These rapid operations, during this operation, an invisible force condensed on him. This power is very similar to the divine dragon power that emerged from Feng. Divine power. Master Zhu used the elixir to condense divine power. Some people were surprised when they saw this scene. This Zhu Meng used the divine power pill to step into the sea to condense his mind, but in this case, he will not be able to feel his divine power in the future. After this battle, the power of the elixir will disappear. Even if he steps into the sea to condense his mind, I am afraid he will not be as good as the top warriors at the Danshan transformation sea level. Not far away, a masked man spoke. If he doesn't improve, there is no chance at all. Qiao Feng's strength is in the sea to condense his mind, and the strength of Fu Hongxue who drew his sword is also in the sea to condense his mind. If he doesn't improve, he can't avenge his adopted sons, not to mention that Fu Hongxue is asking Lian Chengbi to add money. Another 3 million taels will kill Master Zhu. Lian Chengbi will not miss this opportunity, another person said. In fact, this is what many people think. They have already spent money. Then it is definitely worthwhile to spend another 3 million taels to kill Master Zhu. Moreover, 3 million is not much for the Li family. At this moment, Master Zhu is improving his strength to protect himself. If you want to kill me, you can't do it even if you are a sea concentrated spirit. When Master Zhu spoke, blood red light surged all over his body, and the muscles of his body began to bulge, and a terrifying power wave emerged from his body. As soon as he stepped on the ground, his whole body was like a violent giant ape, rushing into the air. He punched Fu Hongxue. The blood and ki on his fist mixed to form a terrifying blood-colored gas column. He used to value Qiao Feng, but now he just wants to kill Fu Hongxue, so he will use all his strength. Kill him. When Master Zhu made his move, Lian Chengbi nodded. Boom! At this moment, Fu Hongxue made his move, and his figure rushed out suddenly, slashing with a long sword in his hand. The sword key was crisscrossed and collided with a blood-colored gas column. The sound of the collision produced a huge power wave, which raged around, lifted the surrounding ground, destroyed it, and made a mess. Some people watching the battle quickly retreated, in order to avoid being hurt by this energy. After the attack, Fu Hongxue did not move, but the Zhu Da Master retreated several steps. After retreating several steps, the Zhu Da Master's face became ferocious. The blood-colored light covered his body, and with his bald head, he looked like a blood-colored arahat. But his eyes became bloodthirsty. Heavenly Blood God, Heavenly Fist, the Zhu Da Master who was shocked back shouted in a low voice, and the thick blood-killing energy enveloped Fu Hongxue. And his figure also rushed out violently, punching hard. For a time, the sky was full of explosions, and countless explosions sounded in the air. Looking at the Zhu Da Master who was bombarding, Fu Hongxue clenched his palms, and a terrifying knife intent burst out from him. Sharp knife light also burst out in his eyes. The figure also shot out violently, and the long knife in his hand slashed out. The terrifying knife intent turned into knife light, slashed towards the fist, and collided with the fist. The intersecting place erupted with terrifying energy fluctuations, madly rushing out in all directions. The two figures intersected, and it was unclear who was who. Ah! A scream was heard in the intersecting figures. The figures staggered. The arm of the Zhu Da Master who punched was cut off, bleeding, and the breath on his body began to decline. Just now, Fu Hongxue cut off the arm of the Zhu Da Master. The main reason was that Fu Hongxue had just stepped into the sea and concentrated his mind not long ago. If he had stepped in longer, he could have killed the Zhu Da Master with just one knife. Although the Zhu Da Master was not killed by a knife, Fu Hongxue continued to attack after the attack, and had no intention of letting him go. The figure shot violently, and the long knife in his hand attacked the Zhu Da Master like a thread. Facing this knife, the injured Zhu Da Master had a solemn face and retreated rapidly. It was just that he retreated quickly, but Fu Hongxue was also fast. Fu Hongxue. Zhu Meng has been favored by the director of my Jiangnan Pacification Division and has joined my Jiangnan Pacification Division. You can't kill him, Li Muhan said at this time. But before he finished speaking, Fu Hongxue's knife appeared in front of Master Zhu. Swish! He cut the retreating Master Zhu in half with one knife. He didn't listen to the other party's nonsense at all. Chapter 538, Qinglong Society, famous in Jiangnan, the leader of the 18th sect, the 7th dragon head, Wei Zhuang. Fu Hongxue, how dare you do this? Li Muhan saw that Fu Hongxue still killed him after he finished speaking, and his face was extremely angry. If Lian Chengbi hadn't paid to kill you, you would have died too, Fu Hongxu's voice was cold, which made Li Muhan's heart tremble. He didn't expect Fu Hongxu to be so rampant. Although he wanted to say something in his heart, he didn't dare to say it. When the Qinglong Society was in the 9 counties in the north, it killed Taixu's Henrin of Qingxia Temple. If they dare to kill such a person, then they will not hold back when they kill him. At this time, after killing the head of the Zhu family, Fu Hongxu looked at the eldest son of the Liu family, Liu Mushan. Will Fu Hongxu kill the eldest son of the Liu family? The identity of the eldest son of the Liu family is not ordinary. He is not only the son of the Liu family, but also the eldest disciple of the master of the Red Sun Palace, some people whispered. Seeing Fu Hongxu looking at him, the eldest son of the Liu family had a trace of cold sweat on his cheeks. Fu Hongxu killed people too cruelly. If he killed him, he would not be able to avoid this knife. It's not the right time to kill him. I want to know what he wants from my wife. At this time, Lian Chengbi sent a message to Fu Hongxu. Fu Hongxu could kill Liu Mushan with one knife, but Lian Chengbi was confused about what Liu Mushan wanted from Li Yimini. He had to find out. So he didn't let Fu Hongxu kill him. Fu Hongxu just glanced at Liu Mushan and turned back. At this time, the gang members of Xiangshenmen fled in all directions. Some people who were watching the battle also left quickly. It's over like this, a bit dramatic. Looking at this scene, some people thought in their hearts. Xiangshenmen came with great momentum, but they were killed outside Wuqi Villa. Clean up all these bodies, please, both of you, Lian Chengbi said to the servants of the villa. Then he took Qiao Feng and Fu Hongxu into the manor. When they entered the manor, a carriage quickly came to the villa, and an old man in brocade clothes and a little fat walked out of the carriage. The old man was Li Yimei's father, Li Rui, a wealthy businessman from Jiangnan. He got the news and rushed over immediately, hoping to save Lian Chengbi's life. But when he got off the carriage, he saw the body on the ground and his face was shocked. "What's Chengbi?" he asked. "The helper I invited. This is the leader of the beggars sect, Qiao. This is the 4th dragon leader of the Qinglong Society, Fu Hongxu," Lian Chengbi introduced. The two nodded to Li Rui. "Things are over here, but I have other important things to do. I have to visit Lan Yuhao and won't stay here," Li Rui said. "Then you go ahead, father-in-law. I'll entertain the guests here first," Lian Chengbi said. "Okay, when you have time, I'll take you to see Lan Yuhao." After that, he got on the carriage and left quickly. Outside the manor, Li Muhan and Li Mushan did not move. They looked at the 3 people who entered Wuqi Villa, and their faces became gloomy. "Deputy Commander Li, do you have time? How about we go to my Liu mansion to have a chat?" Liu Mushan looked at Li Muhan and said. "That's what I was thinking," Li Muhan said. The two got on the carriage and returned to Suchen. Half a day later, the situation outside Wuqi Villa shocked the entire Xiangshen sect. Xiangshen sect is one of the forces stationed in Suchen, and it is also well known in the Jiangnan area. Zhu Meng, the leader of Xiangshen sect, is also a celebrity in the Jiangnan area. But he died in Wuqi Villa. I didn't expect that Master Zhu would be killed by someone. What kind of force is this? Green Dragon Society. I actually know this. The Green Dragon Society is now the overlord of the 9 northern counties. Although it is the overlord, they are actually a killer organization. They have always been in the 9 northern counties and rarely take action outside. I didn't expect that the 4th dragon head of the Green Dragon Society would come to our Jiangnan this time. Brother, it seems that you know something about the Green Dragon Society. You just said that Fu Hongxu is the 4th dragon head, which means that the Green Dragon Society has other dragon heads, some people asked curiously. I heard that too. It is said that the Qinglong Society has 7 dragon heads and 12 halls. Now the outside world knows about the 4 dragon heads. The 3rd dragon head is Li Chen's Hao, the 4th dragon head is Fu Hongxu, the 5th dragon head is Yan Nanshan, and the 6th dragon head is the magic knife Ding Peng. Among them, the 3rd dragon head Li Chen's Hao and the 4th dragon head Fu Hongxu you saw today are all concentrated masters. As for the big dragon head, the 2nd dragon head, and the 7th dragon head, they have never appeared. Of course there is also a young dragon head, who is the current leader of the 9 northern counties and the head of the Sham sect, Su Chen, the person who spoke earlier said. The 3rd dragon head and the 4th dragon head are all concentrated masters, so the big dragon head and the 2nd dragon head must also be concentrated masters. This Qinglong society is really strong. Some people heard this and said in surprise. You just said that the Qinglong society is a killer organization, so can we ask them to kill people? Do you know how to contact them? Does it have a base in our Jiangnan area? Someone asked. You want to ask them to kill people? The Qinglong society has some secret bases in the 9 northern counties, but there seems to be none in Jiangnan. After this time, the bases of the Qinglong society in Jiangnan should appear one after another, but everyone still has to wait. The Qinglong society has entered the Jiangnan area so aggressively. The assassin organizations in the Jiangnan area should move, especially the 3 most famous organizations in our Jiangnan area, Wushan, Kanman, and Baiyan, will definitely not let the Qinglong society get involved here, so everyone still has to wait. If the Qinglong society can stand firm in the Jiangnan area under the pressure of these 3 organizations, then they can show their strength. An old man shook his small fan and took a sip of tea. Indeed, if they can stand firm in the Jiangnan area under the pressure of the 3 major assassin organizations, then they will be powerful. The person next to him nodded. On the other side, in Heisha City, Su Chen has read all the records. Now he has collected 4 orange lottery cards. Fu Hongsu, the 4th dragon leader of the Qinglong society, killed Zhu Meng, the leader of the Xiangshan sect, in Suchen. The Qinglong society has become famous in the Jiangnan region. 2 orange lottery cards are awarded. Su Chen was delighted when he heard the information. He didn't expect Fu Hongsu to see this opportunity and establish the reputation of the Qinglong society in the Jiangnan region. Looking at the 6 orange lottery cards in his mind, Su Chen couldn't help but draw them directly. Obtained 18 altar masters of the Qinglong society, 900 ordinary assassins of the Qinglong society, the character Wei Zhuang, 5,000-year-old blood ginsengs, 3 bottles of Shinren Den, 10 pills bottle, and the skill Xianai 6 Yangju. Looking at what he had drawn this time, Su Chen's face was delighted. This time he drew 18 altar masters of the Qinglong society. The Qinglong society has 365 altars, but he didn't have any. Now there are 18 altar masters and 900 assassins. These people can be sent to the Jiangnan region. First, roughly establish the team. He checked the strength of the 18 altar masters and found that they were at the level of heaven and man. The strength of ordinary assassins was at the late stage of soul refining. As for the character Wei Zhuang, Su Chen knew that he was from Qin Shi Mingyu, the leader of the assassin organization Lisha, and a fellow disciple of Sword Saint Gai Nai. Check the other party's strength. Wei Zhuang's strength was at the level of Danshan Huihei. The 7th dragon head of Qinglong Club is this Wei Zhuang. Su Chen looked at Wei Zhuang's information and thought to himself. Chapter 539, Resolving the Assassin. Something unexpected happened to World Alliance. The leader of the 18-branch altar and Wei Zhuang went to the Jiangnan area, and they were almost able to establish the basic structure of the Qinglong society. Su Chen had always wanted to extend the Qinglong society beyond the 9 counties in the north, but the foundation of the Qinglong society was a little weak. The bottom layer of the 9 counties in the north was still some members of the assassin organizations that were gathered at that time. It was a little difficult to expand outward. And the training of assassins was not so easy to complete. With a leader of the 18-branch altar, plus some ordinary gang members, and then recruiting some assassins in the Jiangnan area, I believe the development should not be slow. Of course, the person in charge of the Qinglong society in the Jiangnan area would not be Fu Hongsu, but Wei Zhuang. Compared with others, Wei Zhuang is a real assassin. Then his eyes fell on the Xianai 4 symbols Ju that he had obtained at the end. Xianai 4 symbols Ju can be said to be a top-notch martial art in demon sword life and death chess, which is of great help to Su Chen now. Click on Xianai 4 symbols Ju. The introduction of Xianai 4 symbols Ju and the way to practice it appeared in Su Chen's mind. If I can complete the practice of the 4 symbols of heaven's will, my strength will definitely be further improved, Su Chen thought to himself. Master, the things have been packed up, and we can return to the mountain and river gate. Yuan Suin walked to Su Chen's side and bowed. The matter of Heisha City has been dealt with. Guan Yushan and Mu Qinghong have gone to the headquarters of Xiangsha League. Zhuang Zuanji also followed Guan Yushan to Xiangsha City where Xiangsha League is located. Outside the mansion, Su Chen stepped on the carriage, and Yuan Suin acted as the coachman. Watching the carriage leave, a figure appeared in the dark and followed. This black shadow was the Dark Flow Sand Killer Black Shadow Flow hired by Dugu Bidao. These days, he has been in the dark, trying to find an opportunity to kill Su Chen. But he has never found a good opportunity to make a move. This time when Su Chen left Asia City, he felt an opportunity. So he followed the carriage in the crowd and headed out of the city. Outside the city, the carriage slowly moved forward and stopped beside a mountain forest. The Shadow Flow, who was following behind him and wearing a felt hat, was hiding in the mountains and forests on both sides of the official road. He looked at the stopped carriage and frowned slightly. He didn't understand why the carriage would suddenly stop. Suddenly, his expression changed and he wanted to turn around and leave. My friend has been following me all the way, and it's time for him to show up. At this time, Su Chen got off the carriage and spoke in his direction. Shadow Flow turned around and wanted to speed up, but was locked by a sword intent. This sword intent was extremely terrifying. He felt that if he moved, the sword intent would appear and kill him. He looked in the direction of the sword intent. A man in white was holding a long sword and looking at him. Yiguchen, Shadow Flow saw this figure and his face changed. These days, he has not found an opportunity to attack. It was because of Yiguchen's existence. Today, Su Chen left the city and got on the carriage alone, which made him think that he had found an opportunity to attack. But he didn't expect that the other party was following him. Yiguchen put a lot of pressure on him. He was no match for Yiguchen. Moreover, his Shadow Flow was good at hiding, attacking from the dark, and killing with one strike. Your hiding skills are good. Are you interested in joining my Qinglong Club? At this time, Su Chen came over here and looked at the man in the felt hat and said. The first time Su Chen was able to find the other party was when he was out. The other party found it to be an opportunity and showed a hint of murderous intent, but because of the appearance of Yiguchen, the other party restrained the murderous intent and left. It was just that when the other party showed the murderous intent, Yiguchen sensed it. This time, returning to Shan Gate and getting on the car alone, he also wanted to take this opportunity to lure out the other party. To win over the other party. Of course, if the other party disagrees, then get rid of the other party. Absorb me into the Qinglong Club? Young Master Su, don't you know that I come from Dark Flow Sand? The Shadow Flow wearing a felt hat turned around and looked up at Su Chen. Su Chen was coming towards him step by step. Opportunity. As long as I get closer, I can draw my sword, Shadow Flow thought in his heart, but his expression did not change. An assassin must keep an absolutely calm heart no matter what the situation is. There was no change in his key. The first killer organization in Lingjiang area, I actually want to meet the leader of Dark Flow Sand, Su Chen said. The first killer organization in Lingjiang area, if it can be incorporated into their Qinglong Club, the strength of Qinglong Club will definitely increase a lot. Dark Flow Sand has been entrenched in Lingjiang area for decades, with a solid foundation and a large number of people, and has the value of absorption. Young Master Su, you are really confident, but the more confident people are, the faster they die, especially you shouldn't be so close to me, at this time. The man in the felt hat moved, twisted his waist, stepped forward, and the thunder-like sword light burst out from his hand like thunder. His figure also appeared in front of Su Chen in the blink of an eye. This time, the sword light did not use any ki, but purely relied on the power of his wrist. Because if he used ki, he would definitely be discovered by Su Chen and the others. The extremely fast sword light was extremely fierce. But Su Chen, who was opposite him, did not change his expression. He raised his palm, and the iron color appeared on his palm. He grabbed the sword that was slashing at him at high speed. Clang. The long sword was caught by Su Chen's palm. Then Su Chen's eyes became ferocious. I'll give you a chance. If you don't want it, then I'll send you away. With a force on his wrist, he pulled the other person's body directly over, and then stretched out his other hand to make a fist and punched the other person's body. Puff. The fist directly pierced the other person's body. Blood flowed out from his fist. Some violent, decisive. If you can't use it for yourself, then there is no need to keep it. What's your strength? The man with a felt hat whose chest was pierced looked at Su Chen with surprise. Puff. Blood spurted out of his mouth. The leader will avenge me. The other person's head tilted, and there was no life. Su Chen retracted his arm, and a stream of ki flowed over his arm, clearing away the blood. His brows knitted. From the fact that the other party had just seized the last opportunity to attack, it can be seen that this killer has a very strong psychological quality. Moreover, he knew that using ki might cause vigilance, So he used strength? Of course, no matter what he used, his strength could not kill Su Chen. If Su Chen himself did not take action, the Xiangxi dead ghost who had been in the dark could easily kill the other party. We need to pay attention to this. Dark quicksand, its strength should not be underestimated. On the way back, compile a copy of the information of dark quicksand. I want to study it, Su Chen said to Yuan Suyan. Yes, Yuan Suyan said on the side. At this time, in Xiangxi City, the headquarters of Xiangxi League, in a secret room, a man with the same figure as the leader of Xiangxi League was hung on iron chains by his hands. Opposite him sat a woman in a white robe with an extraordinary temperament, who was looking at him with cold eyes. Tell me, who are you? Why are you pretending to be my husband, and where is my husband now? The woman's voice was cold, ruthless, and made people tremble. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 540, Dark Flow Sand, Leader, Yan Yinju. Who is she? She is Yan Yinju, the wife of Bu Yongxiao, the leader of the World Alliance. In the eyes of outsiders, she is a weak woman who can't learn martial arts. She rarely appears in the World Alliance and has a weak presence. But judging from the current situation, she is definitely not a weak woman who can't learn martial arts. The locked man trembled all over. He didn't expect that he was discovered by the other party after just pretending for one day. The information he got before said that Bu Yongxiao's wife was just a woman who couldn't learn martial arts. Who would have thought it would be like this? Yan Yinju, dressed in white, walked in front of the man, grabbed the man's neck with her slender hands, and asked in a cold voice, "What can you tell me? The leader Bu should be dead. As for the rest, I can't say it. If I say it, my wife, children and parents will die," the man said. "What? You said my husband is dead, how is it possible? Tell me, how did my husband die?" Yan Yinju, who was opposite him, showed a look of disbelief on his face. She knew Bu Yongxiao's strength and it was impossible for him to be killed. Specifically, "I don't know the specific situation." The man was pinched by the other party's palm and stuttered. "Sea Shark Gang, I want to destroy you." Yan Yinju's voice was cold. Bu Yongxiao went to the Sea Shark Gang. She wanted to kill Hai Xianba and destroy the Sea Shark Gang. The Sea Shark Gang has changed its owner now. Hai Xianba is dead, the man spoke when Yan Yinju's voice fell. These things can be known as long as they are carefully checked, so the man did not hide it. What's more, he wanted to avenge Mu King Hong. He knew that Hai Xianba's family was killed. Well, hearing the man's words, Yan Yinju's face changed. She didn't expect Hai Xianba to be dead. It seems that the opponent is not simple. You came to Xiangxi Meng, and someone should contact you. Tell me who that person is, Yan Yinju continued. But when her voice fell, suddenly, a trace of black blood flowed from the corner of the man in front of her mouth. He committed suicide by taking poison. He said enough. If he continued, his family would die. Did you commit suicide? I wanted to keep you to lure out those people. Yan Yinju loosened his hand. Someone come here. At this time, a man in black appeared in front of Yan Yinju. Let Gimian come to see me tonight and bring the information I want. Issue the quicksand order to let all the first-level killers of dark quicksand gather in Xiangxi City. I want the people who killed my husband to pay with their blood. The woman exuded a fierce murderous intent. It's the leader. The man in black left quickly. No one would have thought that the leader of the Lingjiang Regional Killer Organization, Dark Quicksand, would actually be the wife of the leader of Xiangxi League, Yan Yinju. At this time, in Xiangxi City, there was a manor. Du Bidao and Feng were sitting in the pavilion. Uncle, there was news from Xiangxi League that Fan Lang had entered Xiangxi League and was familiar with the affairs of Xiangxi League. Tomorrow, Xiandu Sanren would arrive in Xiangxi City. At that time, I would let the Xiangxi League's insider contact Fan Lang and issue a Xiangxi order. At that time, we would gather the other masters of Xiangxi League together and control them with poison. In this way, we can control Xiangxi League, Du Bidao said softly. Don't be careless. Although Xiangxi League is led by Bu Yongxiao, there are still some masters in the league. What's more, you have to face another person here, that is Guan Yushin who will arrive tomorrow. Feng said in a deep voice. Guan Yushin gave him a strong feeling, so he was very cautious. Don't worry, uncle, Xianaya Pavilion is not simple. I won't have any intentions towards them. Guan Yushin came here just in time to appear with uncle to suppress those people from Xiangxia League and make them listen to us, Du Bidao said. Late at night, in a quiet and elegant room in the inner courtyard of Xiangxia League, Yan Yinzhi was sitting in the room, looking at some information, and suddenly said, "Come in." The door was gently pushed open, and a masked figure slowly walked in from outside the door. "Meet the leader." The visitor lowered his eyes and bowed. "How is the investigation going?" Reporting to the leader, the Sea Shark City has replied that the Sea Shark Gang was indeed destroyed, and Hai Xianba is also dead. The time of death was when the leader arrived in Sea Shark City, and Hai Xianba entertained the leader with a banquet. At that time, the people invited by Hai Xianba included General Wang Dugu, my eldest son Dugu Bidao, Feng Langzhu of the South China Sea, Wu Jianmen, and Su Chen, the young leader of the Qinglong Society. After the death of Hai Xianba, the leader and others, Dugu Bidao and Su Chen of the Qinglong Society, divided the assets of the Sea Shark Gang. However, according to what I have learned, Su Chen of the Qinglong Society transferred the assets of the Sea Shark Gang to Xianaya Pavilion. Also, when the fake leader returned, Dugu Bidao and Feng Langzhu also secretly went to Xiangxia City, the visitor said in a low voice. Dugu Bidao, General Wang's mansion, Feng Langzhu, Qinglonghu, Xianaya Pavilion. Hearing the answer from the visitor, Yan Yinzhi's eyes condensed. It seems that the one who planned to deal with the leader was the General Wang's mansion. They started planning after the leader did not agree to Dugu's alliance for me. Did anyone contact Dugu Bidao when he came to Xiangxia City? Yan Yinzhi asked. No one in the Xiangxia League has contacted him, but the chief steward of the leader's mansion has been to the area where Dugu Bidao lives, the visitor said. It seems that he betrayed the leader, otherwise, that person would not be able to imitate my husband so much and bring him to the secret room. I want to see what he has to say. Yan Yinzhi's eyes flashed with a fierce light. The man in the secret room, you can take off the skin. From today on, you will pretend to be the leader. Let's see how many traitors there are in the Xiangxia League. The masked man immediately bowed and said, it's the leader. After saying that, he turned around, but then he thought of something and stopped. Leader, when Dugu Bidao came to Xiangxia City, he asked our dark flow, shadow flow to kill Qinglonghu, Xiaolong Tao Su Chen, but the shadow flow failed and was killed. The body was transmitted back, and it was a fatal blow. Someone pierced his chest with a fist, the masked man said. After saying that, he turned around and left. The Dugu family is still doing things the same as before, using any means necessary, but perhaps this is an opportunity. If Dugu Wei's eldest son died in the hands of Qinglonghu, I think Dugu Wei will definitely fight Qinglonghu. Yan Yin's beautiful eyes exuded coldness. She wanted to kill Dugu Bidao and frame Dugu Bidao's death on Qinglonghu. After the words fell, Yan Yinzhi slowly stood up. At this moment, she was no longer dressed in white, but in black. The clothes that a widow wears. Combined with her cold eyes, she gave people a sense of cruelty and ruthlessness. Of course, in half a day, Darkflow Sand had a clear understanding of the affairs of Haixia City and found out the traitor in the mansion. It can be seen that Darkflow Sand is very good at grasping intelligence. Step out of the room. Go towards the direction of the secret room. When she walked into the secret room, inside the secret room, the masked man was already holding a figure and waiting for her. Chapter 541, Ministry of Personnel, Qin Qing Yi, Li Chen's Hao, threatening as soon as they opened their mouths. On the official road, Su Chen's carriage was moving forward. Inside the carriage, Yi Guchen was sitting on one side, holding a long sword. Su Chen was looking at the information about Darkflow Sand. Looking at the information about Darkflow Sand, Su Chen frowned. Compared with Qinglonghu, this Darkflow Sand is very hidden, and Darkflow Sand has no base on the surface. The way to accept the task is that you leave a secret code at a specific location. Darkflow Sand will send someone to contact you. From this point of view, Darkflow Sand is very strong in the Lingjiang area. From this information, the headquarters of Darkflow Sand should be in Xiangxia City of Xiangxia League. Su Chen put this information together and thought to himself. Darkflow Sand is in Xiangxia City. With the character of Xiangxia League, Bu Yangxiao How can he allow others to sleep beside his bed? He will definitely not allow dark flow sand to exist, but this dark flow sand has never disappeared, nor has it left Xiangxia City. I'm afraid there may be some relationship. Su Chen frowned suddenly in his heart. He suddenly felt that they might have been too optimistic about the Xiangxia League before. General Manager Yuan, let's turn around and head to Xiangxia City, Su Chen said. Although Guan Yushin is strong, the world is dangerous. Sometimes, being strong does not mean that there will be no trouble. Yuan Suiyan received Su Chen's order and headed towards the direction of Xiangxia City. At this time, when Li Chenshao and the other two returned to Longbai County, they encountered something. There was a message circulating in the city. That is, the new governor of Longbai County, Feng, died under the sword of Liu Xingyijin of Qinglong Society. This rumor came from an official of the Ministry of Personnel who went to Longbai to investigate the murder of the new governor. 3 people came out of the Ministry of Personnel during this investigation, and 2 people came from this Hanfu division. The leader was Qin Qingyi, the left assistant minister of the Ministry of Personnel. This rumor came from an official of the Ministry of Personnel. That is to say, the people who conducted the investigation this time may have determined that the new governor died under the sword of Liu Xingyijin. It seems that someone is going to make trouble, Li Chenshao said in a deep voice. Now that the news has spread, it's a bit disadvantageous to us, Liu Xingyijin frowned. If he killed the person, he wouldn't care about these messages, but since he didn't kill the person, he didn't want to accept such rumors. Rumors are nothing, I just want to know why they did this. We, Qinglong Society, have no grudges with the Ministry of Personnel. What he did is to drag us, Qinglong Society, into the water. We need to find out this first. I'll go meet this Qin Qingyu tonight, Li Chenshao said coldly. Come here, Li Chenshao said. A servant walked in from outside. Qinglong Society has a base in Longbai County, and has also recruited many people to join Qinglong Society. Send me a visiting card to Qin Qingyi, the Ministry of Personnel, and tell him that I'm going to visit him tonight. Also have someone send these people's whereabouts in Longbai recently. I want to see what they have done, Li Chenshao said. Yes, the servant bowed and retreated. After a while, some information was delivered to Li Chenshao's room. Li Chenshao checked the information. At this time, a light drizzle began to fall from the sky. It was rare to see a light rain like silk in Longbai County. This continuous drizzle covered Longbai County with a layer of white gauze. Longbai County, County Governor's Mansion. In a pavilion, a middle-aged man in green was sitting face-to-face with Wen Yifan. In front of them was a set of tea sets, which slowly emitted green smoke. This rainy day is suitable for drinking tea, but Brother Wen, you can actually get new top-quality spring tea from Jiangnan. It's really not easy, the man in green said. When Brother Qin goes back, I will send you a portion, Wen Yifan said. Thank you, Brother Wen, but Brother Wen, we have been spreading rumors for 2 or 3 days, but there has been no response from the Qinglong Society, the man in green said. This man in green came to Longbai County to investigate Qin Qingyi, the left assistant minister of the Ministry of Personnel. If they don't move, doesn't that mean they agree with this matter? If they agree with this matter, then we will report it directly. Besides, in the 9 northern counties, no other forces dare to kill, and can kill, the governor of Longbai County except the Qinglong Society, Wen Yifan said. Before coming, Wen Yifan and the people from the Longbai County Pacification Office secretly asked the experienced coroner to secretly change some of Mo Feng's wounds, making the wounds more likely to be Liu Sheng's sword. Of course, he believed that Qin Qingyi on the opposite side saw something. But Qin Qingyi was his good friend. They were from the same faction. The power of Qinglong Society in the 9 northern counties completely exceeded that of him, the governor of the 9 northern counties. He could not suppress Qinglong Society at all, or even contain it. This situation was not what he wanted. He had been planning the 9 northern counties for so many years, and he could not accept this situation. In that case, I will stay in Longbai County for 2 days. If the people from the Qinglong Society do not show up in these 2 days, then Mo Feng's death was caused by them from the Qinglong Society, Qin Qingyi said. When he finished speaking, in the corridor, an attendant quickly walked in. Sir, Li Chenshao, the 3rd leader of the Qinglong Society, sent a visiting card and said he would come to visit you tonight. The attendant took out a visiting card. Okay, I got it. Go down and tell the person who came that we will wait for him tonight, Qin Qingyi said. Yes, the attendant bowed and left. You are really patient. You come to visit me at this time. The Qinglong Society is really arrogant. Qin Qingyi took a sip of tea and said. It has always been like this. I became the governor of the 9 northern counties, but no one from the Qinglong Society came to visit me, not even Su Chen, who was pushed out, Wen Yifan said coldly. The drizzle did not stop at night. Li Chen's came to the county governor's mansion holding an oil paper umbrella. Who is it? Seeing Li Chen's holding an oil paper umbrella, the servant outside the door shouted sternly. Li Chen's from the Qinglong Society. Li Chen's voice was calm. Hearing this, the servant at the door turned pale. Li Longxiao, we don't know you, please come in. The servant at the door hurriedly took Li Chen's into the mansion without notifying him at all. The Qinglong Society is the overlord of the 9 northern counties, and all the forces in the rivers and lakes are under their rule. They just shouted sternly that if Li Chen's wanted to kill them, they would have no chance of survival. In the meeting hall, Qin Qingyi and Wen Yifan were sitting. When the servants brought Li Chen's into the meeting hall, their faces changed. They didn't receive any notification, and they were brought in just like that. The servant didn't dare to stay here and left quickly. Li Longxiao is so domineering, entering the county governor's mansion is like entering his own home. Qin Qingyi looked at Li Chen's and said coldly. The 9 northern counties are the home of my Qinglong Society. Qin Qingyi, left vice minister of the Ministry of Personnel. I came here today just to tell you that Feng was not killed by my Qinglong Society. If you continue to spread such rumors, it is likely to lead to bad consequences. I have said my words, and I will not stay here any longer. Li Chen's turned around and walked away, but stopped when he was about to step out of the door. Governor Wen, be your governor immediately and don't play any tricks, otherwise, the 9 northern counties may have to change the governor, Li Chen's said and stepped out of the door. He came quickly and left quickly. The words he left were all threats. He didn't take these two people seriously at all. How outrageous! After Li Chen's left, Wen Yifan and Qin Qingyi smashed the teacups in their hands angrily at the same time. Chapter 542, Wen Yifan's death, cruel Qin Qingyi. This Li Chen's openly threatened us and didn't take our officials of the Great Zhou dynasty seriously at all. Brother Wen, you said before that the people who killed Mo Chen were them. Qinglong Society, Qin Qingyi said in a deep voice. In his words, he had already determined that the death of the new governor of Longbai County was on the Qinglong Society. Wen Yifan, who was standing aside, also had a hint of cruelty in his eyes. He did this before, mainly to use the Ministry of Personnel to suppress the Qinglong Society. Let the Qinglong Society come to talk, and then let the Qinglong Society hand over a killer and expose this matter. In this way, he achieved the goal of suppressing the Qinglong Society. But he didn't expect that Li Chen's of the Qinglong Society didn't talk to them at all, and directly threatened their two people. He couldn't tolerate it. After a moment, the atmosphere calmed down. This Li Chen's is not simple, he should have seen through our thoughts, Qin Qingyi said in a deep voice. But this is not the reason why he is so overbearing. If this is the case, I am afraid that no one in the 9 northern counties will care about the officials of our Great Zhou dynasty in the future, which will damage the dignity of our Great Zhou dynasty, Wen Yifan said in a deep voice. He was not satisfied with the position of governor of the 9 northern counties. He wanted to be transferred back to the capital or Jiangnan. If he stayed here like this, he would never be able to return to the capital. I will report this matter to the Ministry of Personnel truthfully. The Qinglong Society threatened me, the left vice minister of the Ministry of Personnel, in person, which shows that they do not take our Ministry of Personnel seriously at all. Since your majesty went into seclusion, the forces of the underworld have become more and more rampant, and their of the court has become weaker and weaker. Your excellency has always wanted to kill the prestige of the underworld forces. I think this Qinglong Society is a very good target. After returning to the capital, I will go to see the minister and set the Qinglong Society as one of the targets of this batch of killing sticks, Qin Qingyi said. Hearing Qin Qingyi's words, Wen Yifan's face showed joy. He had heard that the Ministry of Personnel wanted to target some Jianghu forces, but he didn't know the situation. Now that Qin Qingyi, the left assistant minister of the Ministry of Personnel, has set the Qinglong Society as the target, then this matter has stabilized. The strength of the Ministry of Personnel is unclear to others, but Wen Yifan is clear. After the two of them discussed for a while, Wen Yifan also left the county governor's mansion. After Wen Yifan left, a man walked out from the back of the house. The man was about 40 years old, with a strong figure, wearing white clothes, with a handsome and flawless face, and a pair of dark, but bright eyes like gems. Li Chenxiao's strength is in the sea of concentration. His divine power is very strong. Even if I use the secret method to step into the sea of concentration, I can't kill him, the man who came out said. In recent years, Your Majesty has no longer asked about the affairs of the Jianghu. The strong men who have concentrated their spirits in the sea have appeared frequently, as if they want to divide the Jianghu, when Your Majesty was not in seclusion. These strong men who have concentrated their spirits in the sea were either killed or retired, like dogs who have lost their homes, Qin Chengyu said in a deep voice. In this situation, what do you decide to do? The man in white said. I originally thought that Li Chenxiao had just stepped into the sea to concentrate his mind. You used a secret method to step into the sea to concentrate your mind, kill Li Chenxiao, and shock the forces of the world. Now you can't kill him, so there is only one other way. Go and kill Wen Yifan tonight. Wen Yifan is the governor of the 9 northern counties. Once he dies, I can mobilize the garrison troops of the 9 northern counties, then unite with the garrison troops to surround and kill all the people of the Qinglong society in Longbai County. Qin Chengyi's face showed a ruthless look. Wen Yifan is a friend you have known for many years. Hearing Qin Chengyi's words, the middle-aged man in white couldn't help but say, Humph, this is his own choice. If he reported it truthfully, Mo Chen would have died under the sword of Xiangshi, Bai Fengshan. We wouldn't have come here to the northern 9 counties, and Qinglong Club wouldn't have been designated as one of the targets for elimination by Lu Guang. I also want to give him a chance, so I brought you here, but fate, sometimes you have to accept it. This is his fate, Qin Chengyu said softly. Okay, the man in white said nothing more, turned and left the meeting room. On the way back, Li Chenxiao looked calm. Li Chenxiao had intended to threaten just now. From the information he had obtained earlier, the death of the governor of Longbai County would definitely be blamed on them, Qinglong Club. Since it was blamed on them, why should he talk to them? So he threatened directly. Of course, what he said, Li Chenxiao. If the other party didn't listen and held them, Qinglong Club, then he would fulfill his promise. But it's a pity that the person in the dark didn't make a move just now, Li Chenxiao, holding an oil paper umbrella, said softly. When he entered the meeting room earlier, Li Chenxiao sensed a breath, and that breath was hidden when he entered. He couldn't sense the other party's strength for a while. Just now, he was also provoking the other party. See if the other party dares to make a move. If he dares to make a move, then his strength will at least reach the level of concentration in the sea. But the other party didn't make a move, so his strength doesn't need his attention. The next day, after Li Chenxiao woke up, he simply ate something and came to the hall. Liu Shengyijin and Zhu Yiren appeared in the hall with solemn faces. Something happened. When Yifan was killed last night, Zhu Yiren said in a deep voice. Killed? Hearing this, Li Chenxiao was stunned at first, but then became solemn. Do you know who killed him? Li Chenxiao asked. I got the news early in the morning and secretly went to Wen Yifan's mansion. When Yifan was killed by someone's key piercing his throat, from his expression, the opponent is very strong. He was killed without any awareness, but Wen Yifan is not the point. The point is that early in the morning, the left assistant minister of the Ministry of Personnel, Qin Chengyi, left the city. From the direction he left the city, the area he went to should be the garrison outside Longbai County, Zhu Yiren said in a deep voice. Hearing this, Li Chenxiao's eyes condensed. What a good trick. This is using Wen Yifan's death to mobilize the garrison outside the city. So cruel. It seems that the other party originally came for our Qinglong society. Li Chenxiao also figured out the other party's trick at this moment. Then Yu Zongyu. I want to know how Qin Chengyi will deal with us, Li Chenxiao said coldly. There are 2 garrisons in the 9 northern counties, one is Lingnan County, and the other is Longbai County. Lingnan County has a garrison of 200,000 troops, but the garrison outside Lingnan County is an internal source of soldiers for the Biu army of Longbai County. As long as the soldiers reach the Xianshan realm, most of them will be sent to the Biu army in Longbai County. There are less than 40,000 garrisons in Longbai County, but the garrison in Longbai County is indeed the elite of the entire 9 northern counties, and the lowest strength of the soldiers is Xianshan. There are 3 Danshan Huhe level strongmen in charge, the General Qin Zhenhe, the Deputy General Zhuang Yu, and Nai Chong. Li Chenzhao paid attention to this force when he came to Longbai County. So very early, he lured the Deputy General Zhuang Yu of the Biu Army to there, King Longhu. Chapter 543, Biu Army, give me 2,000 elite soldiers to kill the spirit. According to the ban of the Great Zhou dynasty, the mobilization of local garrisons is only subject to the orders of the military department in the capital. Qin Qingyu belongs to the Ministry of Personnel, he cannot mobilize the garrison. Even if he goes to the garrison, he may not be able to ask the Biu army outside the city to mobilize, Zhu Yiren said in a deep voice. Emperor Zhou, the decree issued that year stated that the garrisons of the Jianghu forces were not allowed to interfere. If they want to attack us, they can only use the power of the pacification department. If you want to destroy the dominant force in a place, you need a massacre order issued by the military, Liu Shanghai said. Now the Jianghu of the Great Zhou dynasty is becoming more and more chaotic, mainly because after the Emperor Zhou of the Great Zhou went into seclusion, the military has never issued a massacre order to deal with the Jianghu forces. Qin Qingyi's surname is Qin, and Qin Zhenhe, the commander of the Biu army, is also surnamed Qin. Qin Qingyi must have a way to explain himself by going to Qin Zhenhe at this time. Also, although our Qinglong society is the overlord of the 9 northern counties, if they are only targeting the murderer, they can ask some Biu army for help, but the number of helpers will not be too many. I guess they just want to kill me, Li Chenzhao said coldly. Then what should we do? Wait for information from Zhuang Yu and see how many people they have. Maybe I can take this opportunity to help Zhuang Yu and remove some obstacles. Li Chenzhao exuded a domineering aura. At this time, outside the military camp 30 miles outside the city of Longbai County, there were smoke and spirits rising into the air, giving people a strong sense of oppression. Qin Qingyi and the man in white robes stood outside the military camp with horses. I came to visit the commander of the garrison, Qin Dutuang, and this is my pass. Qin Qingyi took out a pass in his hand. Before entering Longbai County, he secretly visited Qin Zhenhe and got a pass from Qin Zhenhe. Looking at the letter from Qin Dutuang in Qin Qingyi's hand, the attendant's serious face turned respectful. Please follow me. I will take you to Qin Dutuang's tent. The two followed the soldiers and went to the camp. Qin Qingyi walked in front with a calm face, but the man in white behind him had a look of surprise in his eyes. The soldiers were all innate warriors training in the field, and they were all innate warriors who cultivated ki and blood. Some lieutenants have reached the soul refining realm. He could vaguely feel that there were many heavenly beings in the tent. The Great Zhou army was the biggest help in helping Emperor Zhou to conquer the country. This was still a local army. It was rumored that the garrisons in the capital and Jiangnan were stronger. After a while, Qin Qingyi and the other two were taken to a tent in the middle of the military camp. Lord Dutuang is in the tent. I will go and report it first, said the soldier who led them in. The blood and ki here are so strong that I can vaguely feel some pressure here. Give me 2,000 elite soldiers like this, and I can lead them to surround and kill Li Chenzhao, Liu Shangyijin and others. The man in white robe beside Qin Qingyi spoke. You will have a chance today, Qin Qingyi spoke. While he was speaking, the attendant who had entered earlier walked out and took the two into the tent. Inside the tent, a tall man wearing the uniform of the Great Zhou dynasty military stood in the tent. This man was Qin Zhenhe, the commander-in-chief of the garrison of the 9 northern counties. When the two entered the tent, the man in white was shocked. The other party stood there, but gave him a feeling of an ancient beast, domineering and tyrannical. Although the fluctuation of the other party's ki and energy was the same as his, if they fought, he would not be his opponent at all, and he was unmatched. Hello, third uncle, this is my official, Go Hongfei. Qin Qingyi spoke and introduced the man in white beside him. Hello, Commander Qin, the man in white bowed. This was not respect for the other party's identity, but respect for the other party's strength. Qin Zhenhe nodded. What do you want to ask me for this time? Qin Zhenhe looked at Qin Qingyi and said. This time, my nephew wants to ask my third uncle for help and borrow some elite troops to surround and kill the murderer who killed Longbai County Magistrate Mo Chen and the governor of the northern 9 counties when Yifan, Qin Qingyi said. When Yifan is dead, hearing this, Qin Zhenhe frowned slightly. The governor of the northern 9 counties, who governed the northern 9 counties, was a vassal of the Great Zhou dynasty. Now he was killed, which completely damaged the face of the Great Zhou dynasty. Since the Zhou emperor ascended the throne, The death of the governor-level officials in the Great Zhou dynasty was really rare. Who did you find out? Who are you going to surround and kill? Qin Zhenhe looked at Qin Chengyi and said. These two sentences seem to mean the same thing, but Qin Zhenhe still asked this question. King Long Liu Sheng Yijin, I am going to surround and kill Li Chenhao, Qin Chengyi said, hearing Qin Chengyi's words. Qin Zhenhe frowned slightly. Li Chenhao's strength is at the level of concentration in the sea. If we use troops to surround and kill him, we need at least 3,000 elite soldiers. To mobilize these people, we need a transfer order, Qin Zhenhe said. Uncle, we don't need 3,000 elite soldiers, we only need 2,000 elite soldiers. Gao Gongfeng will join them at that time, Qin Chengyi said. If it's 2,000, it's within my mobilization range. It seems that you have already made plans, Qin Zhenhe looked at Qin Chengyi and said. I can mobilize these 2,000 people to you, but any losses will be borne by your Ministry of Personnel, Qin Zhenhe said. Uncle, this is a warrant I got from Lord Liu. With this warrant, Uncle can ask the governors of the 9 northern counties who come later to pay you an extra 10% of the military expenses. Qin Chengyi took out a warrant from his sleeve. You brought Lord Liu's warrant. It seems that your Ministry of Personnel is serious about this, but it is best not to use the garrison to do this. If something unexpected happens, you will become a scapegoat, and the family will not be able to protect you. Qin Zhenhe looked at Qin Chengyi and said. Uncle, I also want to give it a try. In a few years, the left minister Yan Tong will retire. Now I am the youngest and least experienced among the 6 ministers of the Ministry of Personnel. If I don't do this, I will have no chance, Qin Chengyi said. The Ministry of Personnel has left and right ministers, 3 left ministers and 3 right ministers. It is not the ordinary left minister and right minister. The competition is huge. That's why I am helping you, but this time, just in case, I'll let Deputy Governor Nai Chong help you. I promoted him, so you can rest assured, Qin Zhenhe said. Please ask Deputy Governor Nai to come, Qin Zhenhe said to the messenger outside the tent. After a while, a tall and mighty man, wearing a bronze battle armor and holding a 2-meter-long sword, stepped in. But there was another person behind him. This man was not wearing battle armor, but a green robe. He had a delicate appearance, but his eyes were unusually sharp. Zhongyu, why are you here? Qin Zhenhe didn't look at the man in battle armor, but said to the man behind him. I was just at Deputy Governor Nai's place. I heard the order and came here together. I didn't expect that the governor had guests. Then I'll take my leave first, the man called Zhongyu said. I am the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Biayu Army, Zhongyu. What are your names? Left Vice Minister of the Ministry of Personnel Qin Chengyi, and Minister of Personnel Gou Hongfei, the two returned the greeting to Zhongyu. At this time, Qin Zhenhe said, you are also the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Army. You should also know about this matter. When Yifan, the governor of the 9 northern counties, and Mo Chen, the governor of Longbai County, were killed. Qin, the Minister of Personnel, asked our garrison to help us to round up and capture the murderer. However, Qin Zhenhe did not say to round up and kill, but to round up and capture. I wonder who the murderer is, Zhongyu asked. Li Chenhao from the Qinglong Society, Qin Chengyi said on the side. That is the 3rd leader of the Qinglong Society. The military has a ban. Without the military's order, we cannot take action against such a dominant force in the martial arts world. Once subsequent changes are triggered, it will be extremely disadvantageous to us, Zhongyu said in a deep voice. Chapter 544, Encirclement and Attack of Li Chenhao, Li Chenhao's Fist. Zhongyu, do you disagree with my decision? Qin Zhenhe said in a deep voice after hearing Zhongyu's words. Zhongyu was promoted by the previous commander-in-chief. He had a certain prestige among the garrison and was somewhat at odds with Qin Zhenhe. So Qin Zhenhe did not ask Zhongyu to lead the troops, but asked his trusted Nai Chong to go out. I don't agree with this matter, but it is up to you, the commander-in-chief, to decide whether to send troops or not, Zhongyu said. Zhongyu, I think you are really a bit timid. So what if the Qinglong Society is strong? In front of our Biayu army, does Li Chenhao of the Qinglong Society dare to make any moves? Nai Chong beside him said coldly. Before Emperor Zhou went into seclusion, their Biayu army surrounded and killed many Jianghu forces in the 9 northern counties. Commander-in-chief, leave this matter to me, Nai Chong said. This is my order. You will lead 2,000 elite troops to the county government to assist the Minister of Personnel to capture Li Chenzhao of the Qinglong Society. If he resists, he can be beheaded, Qin Zhenhe said. Yes, Nizhuang took the order. Zhuangyu didn't say anything after hearing what Qin Zhenhe said. Needless to say, he would definitely resist. This is to kill Li Chenzhao. But Qin Zhenhe's order has been issued, and the number of people is within his range. And if something goes wrong, he has also found a scapegoat, Nizhuang. If the siege fails, then there will be nothing. Once the siege fails, or the 2,000 elite troops sent by the Biu army suffer heavy losses, then Nizhuang will be the scapegoat. Do you really think Qin Zhenhe trusts you so much? Zhuangyu glanced at Nizhuang. The commander-in-chief is fine, so I'll go back first. He also needs to pass the information here to Li Chenzhao. The reason why he was with Nizhuang just now was mainly to get a message from the Qinglong Society, asking him to investigate Qin Zhenhe's layout. Deputy Commander Nai, go and gather the elite troops, and then meet up with my Minister Qin outside the military camp, Qin Zhenhe said after Zhuangyu left. Yes, Nizhuang took the order and left. 2,000 elite troops gathered quickly outside the tent. Li Chenzhao of the Qinglong Society is not simple. You should be careful here, and leave first if there is any accident, Qin Zhenhe looked at Qin Qingyi and instructed. Don't worry, uncle, Qin Qingyi nodded. Bid farewell to Qin Zhenhe, and soon meet up with Nizhuang outside the military camp. Deputy Commander Nai, this Qinglong Society, Li Chenzhao is too rampant, and he doesn't take my great Zhou dynasty officials seriously at all. This time we will surround his mansion, and there will be no one left in the mansion. Qin Qingyi came to Nizhuang and said, this is a bottle of broken blood pill, which will help Deputy Commander Nai's practice. Please accept it, then I won't be polite. Nizhuang, wearing bronze armor, put the pill bottle in his arms. Let's go. Encircle and kill the target without sparing a soul. 2,000 elite soldiers marched towards the city. On the other side, Li Chenzhao sat in the hall, holding a blue and white porcelain teacup in his hand, sipping slowly and leisurely. On his other side, Zhu Yiren sat aside. I have informed the master of the situation here. From the current situation, Qin Qingyi had already thought about dealing with us when he came. Yes. If he hadn't wanted to deal with us earlier, then it wouldn't be Qin Qingyi who came. We thought things were simple before, Li Chenzhao said in a deep voice. But I'm a little worried. This time the other party used the Biu army outside Longbai County. Once we take action, I'm afraid we will be targeted by the military, Zhu Yiren said. See how many people they have used, Li Chenzhao said. At this time, Liu Shengyijian walked in from outside. There's news from Zhuangyu that Qin Zhenhe has dispatched 2,000 elite troops, led by Deputy Commander Nai Chong, just as we guessed before, and the person that Long Shou sensed in the county mansion before is Go Hongfei, the official of the Ministry of Personnel, Liu Shengyijian said. 2,000 elite troops want to kill us, a little arrogant. I really want to see the strength of the Biu army, Li Chenzhao said with a cold face. At noon, the Biu army appeared in the county city. Seeing the army enter the city, some Jianghu warriors in the city looked surprised, but then seemed to think of something. Followed behind the army. Soon the army stopped in Li Chenzhao's mansion. At this time, there were only Li Chenzhao, Zhu Yiren, and Liu Shengyijian in Li Chenzhao's mansion. When the army entered the city, they sent the people in the mansion away. The army soon surrounded the mansion. Sitting on the horseback, Qin Qingyi looked at the mansion and said, Li Chenzhao of the Qinglong Society attacked and killed Mo Chen, the governor of Longbai County, and Wen Yifan, the governor of the 9 northern counties. The evidence is irrefutable. According to the laws of the great Zhou dynasty, he should be beheaded. Qin Qingyi's voice boomed and resounded around. Draw your bows and shoot. Nizhuang, who is wearing armor beside him, shouted in a low voice. Hundreds of people from the 2,000 elites behind him came out, drew their bows, and shot in succession. The rain of arrows went towards the mansion. Inside the mansion, Li Chenzhao stepped out. The concentrated aura in his body burst out, and a huge fist appeared, covering the sky and the earth. The fist appeared, and the falling arrows were blown apart in the air by an invisible force. You want to kill me, Li Chenzhao, so you underestimate me, Li Chenzhao, and underestimate my Qinglong Society. A thunderous voice came from the courtyard. The voice fell. A huge fist shadow appeared in the mansion, and then turned into a beam of light, rushed out, and blasted a huge gap in the gate of the mansion where he lived. The fist force did not stop, rushing towards the Biu army outside the mansion. Keep along Hu Zhen. Seeing this, Nizhong shouted in a low voice. Behind him, the Biu army quickly gathered together, and the surging Qi rushed up to the sky, colliding with the fist force. Bang! In front of him, dozens of Biu army spurted blood from their mouths and collapsed to the ground, their chest bones shattered, and they exhaled more than they inhaled. Li Chenhao's fist was extremely domineering. Bang! The ground shook, and Li Chenhao, dressed in brocade, appeared in front of the mansion. His robes fluttered, and an extremely domineering fist force rushed up to the sky from him. He looked at Qin Qingyi. What a cruel move. They killed Wen Yifan and put the blame on us, Qinglong society. The move was cruel and extraordinary, but do you think that our Qinglong society is so easy to bully, Nizhong? As the deputy commander of the Biu army, you dare to get involved in the affairs of the rivers and lakes, so you deserve to be killed today. As soon as the voice fell, Li Chenhao soared into the air. The fist force condensed on his body instantly fell down. Boom! The fist force was like a wave in the sea that was blown up by the strong wind, sweeping towards everyone. Kipo Dragon Tiger Formation, Qi and Blood Condense, suppress this fist force. As a member of the Biu army, Nizhong shouted, and the blood and Qi of the 2,000 elites behind him burst out. These blood and Qi condensed into terrifying momentum, and the momentum formed a tiger, confronting Li Chenhao's fist force. The Great Zhou army has a battle formation, which can condense momentum when a certain number of people gather together. The more people there are, the stronger the condensed momentum. This is also their trump card to deal with the sea's powerful people who concentrate their minds. Boom! The dragon and tiger's momentum collided with Li Chenhao's fist, causing a vibration, but it also blocked Li Chenhao's momentum. The formation can't hold for long. Kill! At this time, Nizhong made a move, his body soared into the air, and the 2-meter-long sword in his hand instantly slashed out the Jimian sword technique. The sword light soared into the sky, like the Milky Way hanging upside down, piercing through the dark clouds, turning into thunder, and slashing towards Li Chenhao. Wherever the sword light passed, the air was torn, forming twisted cracks. Chapter 545, Iron-Blooded Tiger, Fist and Knife Roar, Killer appears, Qin Qingyi dies. Nizhong, with the help of the military power of 2,000 elite soldiers, countered Li Chenhao's divine power, and then drew his sword. Li Chenhao, whose divine power was temporarily blocked, showed a fierce look in his eyes, and his fighting spirit gathered and exploded. The 36 strange movements of the sky-turning movement came out. A stream of Qi appeared in his body, and the Qi circulated at a high speed and merged into his fist. A terrifying force emanated from the fist. The fist was like a heavy mountain, like the sky and the earth. It collided with a thunder-like sword technique. Boom! The sword light was shattered by the fist. Nizhong, who drew his sword. The body groaned, stepped back a few steps, and looked at Li Chenhao with a heavy face. Your divine power has been blocked, why can you still burst out with such a strong force? There was a hint of surprise in Nizhong's eyes, and he clenched the 2-foot cold sword in his hand tightly. Iron-blooded tiger evil. At this moment, Nizhong shouted in a low voice, and a tiger roar sounded in his body. With a tiger roar, his blood and Qi continued to burst out, and blood-colored lines appeared on his own armor, merging with the blood and Qi in his body. For a time, the blood and Qi around him surged like a tide, rising like a wolf's smoke. At this moment, his momentum began to change, and a blood tiger figure appeared faintly behind him. This is the iron-blooded tiger force. The cultivation of military masters is different from that of martial artists in the rivers and lakes. The exercises practiced by the army of the Great Zhou dynasty are all exercises issued by the Emperor of Zhou and the military. They are mainly based on evil spirits and blood, and emphasize force and killing. And they can improve their own strength by 1 level through their own exercises and blood. At this moment, Nizhong raised his own strength to the level of Qi concentration. Go Hongfei, who was beside him, was surprised to see the change in Nizhong's momentum. He could also use secret methods to increase his strength to the level of Qi concentration, but he couldn't do it like the other party. Help, don't let Li Chenhao escape, Qin Qingyi said beside him. Go Hongfei also rushed out, raised his palm, and a terrifying suction appeared in his palm. When this suction appeared, the surrounding air seemed to flow towards his palm instantly. A faint sound of thunder and lightning appeared in the sound of the air flowing. Heavenly thunder yin palm, Go Hongfei shouted, stretched out his palm, and a palm print with yin thunder went towards Li Chen's Hao. Suddenly, he was moved by his palm, and a sword light appeared from the courtyard. This sword light was too fast, and Gao Hongfei, who had raised his palm, could only return his palm to hit the rushing sword light. Bang! The palm force collided with the sword energy, making a rumbling sound. Gao Hongfei stepped back a few steps and looked at the person who drew the sword not far away. Yajiao Yijin, I thought you were gone. Gao Hongfei looked at the person who appeared and said coldly. Spear up. At this time, Naizhong, who condensed the power of the tiger, shouted in a low voice. Then he was fighting against Li Chenhao's elite fists and raised the long spear in his hand. Charge, Naizhong shouted violently. When the army takes action, it does not emphasize one-on-one fighting. Kill. The Biu army behind him raised their guns, and their momentum surged, and they surrounded and killed Li Chenhao. At this moment, dozens of figures suddenly burst out from the ground. The long swords in these figures pierced into the chests of some Biu soldiers, and cold rays appeared in their hands. The cold rays went into the pupils of these Biu soldiers like meteors. Instantly screams rang out. Dozens of Biu soldiers screamed and fell to the ground. This has not stopped. Dozens of black-clothed men appeared on both sides again, and hidden weapons were also shot out in their hands. For a time, screams rang out again. The Biu army lost hundreds of people at once. Join the formation. At this moment, the Biu army immediately shrank to resist these hidden weapons. Kill. Instantly, groups of teams rushed out and killed these black-clothed men. These black-clothed men were assassins of the Qinglong Society. The assassin organizations in the 9 northern counties were all taken over by the Qinglong Society. Although Li Chenhao could not mobilize the assassins of the Qinglong Society for a while, there were still hundreds of Qinglong Society members in Longbai County. Li Chenhao did not intend to fight the Biu army on his own. These assassins had already ambushed and were waiting to attack. The assassins did not confront the Biu army head-on, and retreated quickly after a successful attack. However, these Biu army were also extraordinary. They gathered quickly and formed a formation to counterattack in a blink of an eye. Some assassins died under their bloody and fierce power. Some martial artists who were originally watching the excitement opened their eyes wide at this moment. The Qinglong Society and the Biu army started fighting. Some of them seemed to be in a stalemate. Li Chenhao, you dare to rebel? Naizhong roared. Hundreds of Biu army died in the previous conflict. He only brought 2,000 people in total, and losing hundreds of people at once was not a trivial matter. I'm going to kill you. Naizhong was furious, and the blood in his body circulated faster. A heartbeat like a thunder drum sounded, and the blood in his body circulated like a rushing river. The tiger behind him was even more powerful, and the whole person was like a tiger about to go down the mountain. At this moment, Naizhong gave people the feeling that he was not a person, but a giant tiger covered with human skin. These combined with his armor, there is an invincible momentum. Boom. He raised the 2-foot-long sword in his hand, stepped on the ground, and the whole person turned into bloodlight and rushed towards Li Chenhao. When he arrived in front of Li Chenhao, he slashed with a knife, and the knife force locked Li Chenhao, leaving Li Chenhao no chance to dodge. Li Chenhao's eyes were solemn. Although his divine power is no longer suppressed now. But this Naizhong used the military skills to improve his combat power to the sea of concentration, and his momentum and spirit were extraordinary. The internal energy flowed immediately. The whole person appeared domineering, the domineering power of the world. A series of terrifying ki flowed around him, and the surrounding air formed a frenzy under his breath. A huge bronze fist appeared above his head. Boom. He also punched out. This punch contained a strong and domineering fist force that people dared not look directly at. At the moment of the punch, the fist force suppressed all the air around. It collided with the opponent's long sword. Boom. The huge fist force collided with the bloody sword energy, and for a while, there were gusts of wind and roaring storms, which made people feel terrified. The ground also trembled at this moment. The raging fist force surged, impacted, and spread to the surroundings. The ground was completely lifted up, and countless stones turned into powder and scattered around. And the violent sword energy cut huge cracks in the surrounding ground. At this moment, a sword light suddenly appeared behind Qin Qingyi, who was watching the battle. The sword light was silent, but extremely sharp. Before Qin Qingyi could react, His body was directly split into two by the sword light. Blood was spurting out, but there was blood spurting out around, so it was not noticeable. Guo Hongfei, who was just facing off against Liu Sheng, had a changed look on his face. He had previously tried to help Na Zhang kill Li Chen's Hao, but was blocked by Liu Sheng's sword. Liu Sheng's swordsmanship was fierce, and they were in a stalemate. But he didn't expect someone to kill Qin Qingyi. "You dare to kill Minister Qin," Guo Hongfei shouted in a low voice. Qin Qingyi's identity was not simple, the second son of the Qin family in the capital. Chapter 546. No one survived, shocking everyone. "HMPH, you're going to die too," Liu Sheng snorted coldly, and slashed out with a long sword in his hand, forcing Guo Hongfei back with one sword. While forcing the opponent back, Liu Sheng's aura rose. The opponent was distracted and his momentum weakened. It was the time when the enemy was weak and I was strong. If I didn't take action now, when would I do it? He took a step forward, holding the long sword in both hands, and slashed fiercely. An indestructible sword energy burst out from his sword. He slashed towards the opponent's chest. Seeing this, Guo Hongfei didn't dare to be careless. A shield appeared around his body, and a large amount of true energy condensed into armor. Swish! The indestructible sword energy slashed on the armor, and the armor was directly torn apart. The sharp edge left a blood mark on Guo Hongfei's body, and a trace of blood spread out from the blood mark. Although it was only a flesh wound, it also shocked Guo Hongfei. He concentrated his mind. "Liu Sheng Yijin, I want you to die," Guo Hongfei shouted in a low voice. The tension began to boil, speeding up the circulation of his own true energy. As the true energy circulated, his true energy was like a tidal sea. Over the sea, the tide is rising. With a palm strike, the true energy turned into huge waves, layer upon layer, as if endless. And a wave of momentum appeared on his body. He used the secret technique to activate his killing move to kill Liu Sheng Yijin with a palm. Liu Sheng Yijin's mind condensed, sensing the strength of this energy, but a fierce look appeared in his eyes, and the sword energy around him flowed rapidly. Man and sword are one, and energy and spirit are one. With a sword strike, the sword energy collided with the opponent's huge wave-like palm power. Some of the sword energy was submerged by the layers of waves, just like a mud cow entering the sea. But some of the sword energy also penetrated the layers of palm energy and hit Guo Hongfei's body. Of course, at this moment, the opponent's energy also rushed in front of him. Hit him. Bang! His body was hit, a mouthful of blood spurted out, his chest ribs were broken, and there were continuous cracking sounds. A blood hole appeared on the other person's body. He was also injured. Ah! Ah! At this moment, dozens of screams rang out. After killing Qin Qingyi, Zhu Yiren rushed towards the Biu army, with sword energy running wild. At this moment, Zhu Yiren seemed like a swordsman who killed for killing. At least 5 to 10 people died under his sword with one sword. In addition, there were assassins who appeared in the dark and in the open. There are not many elite soldiers left now. These people can't hold on for long. Corpses and blood flowed on the streets, like a heavy rain falling on the ground, rushing. The blood made people feel a little uncomfortable. This is too cruel. 2,000 elite soldiers of the Biu army were killed. How could the Qinglong society have such courage? Some people looked at this scene and were horrified. It has been many years since such a situation has happened. The Biu army is the army of the Great Zhou dynasty stationed in the 9 northern counties. Although the 2,000 Biu army of the Great Zhou dynasty is not much, it also represents the Great Zhou dynasty. Some people still remember the scene when the Great Zhou dynasty army massacred the Jianghu forces. How dare the Qinglong society do this? Why not? If they want to kill people, how can they not kill them? The Qinglong society is the overlord of our northern 9 counties martial arts world. This has shown the momentum of our northern 9 counties martial arts world. Some young warriors cheered. They did not see the scene of the Great Zhou army besieging and killing the Jianghu forces, and the Qinglong society killing the Biu army so directly gave them a lawless posture. Jianghu warriors will fight when they have a knife, fight when they say something is wrong, and fight when they are not happy with you. They would rob treasures whenever they saw them, which was lawless. The killings of the Qinglong society made them even more excited. Some people wanted to join the Qinglong society. How dare you do this? If you kill these soldiers, you will be enemies with the Biu army outside the city and the Great Zhou dynasty. You, the Qinglong society, will be watched by the great Zhou dynasty military. You will only be destroyed, Guo Huangfei said frantically. While speaking, he dragged his injured steps and went towards Liu Shengyijian. At this moment, a black shadow appeared under his feet. The dagger in the black shadow's hand left a blood mark on his ankle. Destroy us, are we so easy to be destroyed? Liu Shengyijian endured the pain in his body at the moment when the other party was stabbed, rushed out, appeared in front of the other party, and slashed with a long sword in his hand. Guo Huangfei made a move to resist. The qi flowed, but Liu Shengyijian's figure turned into a sword robe and disappeared in front of him. When he appeared again, he was already in front of him. The long sword in his hand stabbed at his chest. Guo Huangfei slapped out with his palm to block the long sword. But the long sword left his hand, and Liu Shengyijian appeared in front of him, and the short blade on his waist appeared and stabbed directly into the opponent's chest. Although this short blade was used for seppuku, it can also kill the enemy. You will definitely die, Guo Huangfei looked at Liu Shengyijian and said. Then you won't see it either. Liu Shengyijian retracted the short blade and breathed heavily. If the opponent's momentum had not been affected, it would be unlikely for him to win. At this time, the other Biu troops had been surrounded and killed, because some black-clothed people also came one after another. King Longhu is the overlord of the 9 northern counties. If Li Chenshao encounters a siege, if the forces of Longbai County do not take action, then they will be liquidated in the end. Although they are afraid of the Biu army, they have to take action, so they come with their faces covered. It's just that when they came, it was already finished, so they rushed up and killed the last Biu army. At this time, Naizhong was furious when confronting Li Chenshao. The 2,000 elite soldiers he brought with him were gone. He would be severely punished if he returned, so he had to kill Li Chenshao. He hoped that the commander-in-chief would protect him. Li Chenshao, Qinglong Society, killed my Biu army today. I will report to the military and destroy you, Qinglong Society. Naizhong's voice was heavy and his eyes were fierce. Li Chenshao's face did not change, but a sharp light burst out from his eyes. Naizhong would not let him go. As for the subsequent situation of the Biu army, it would depend on the subsequent operation. Anyway, he knew that once these people died, Qin Zhenhe, who gave the order, would be affected, and it would be unlikely for him to send troops for the time being. If they are all dead, then I will send you on your way. Li Chenshao's fist force gathered again, took a step forward, and punched out. The fist force mobilized the momentum of heaven and earth, like a mountain, and enveloped the opponent. This punch was unstoppable and crushed everything. Naizhong's expression changed drastically, and he slashed out with his hand to meet Li Chenshao's punch. Bang! The long sword and fist collided. Naizhong's body was shocked back. After such a long time, the tiger spirit in his body had weakened. After colliding with Li Chenshao's punch, his body was shocked back, and blood flowed from the corner of his mouth. Li Chenshao continued to punch. Naizhong slashed out with his long sword, but this time, Li Chenshao's fist turned and did not collide with him head-on, but bypassed his long sword and landed on his chest. Qi rushed into his body, shattering his internal organs. Puff! A mouthful of blood spurted out. The long sword was inserted into the ground, preventing him from falling to the ground. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 547, The Evil Dragon Raises Its Head, the True Evil Dragon Body, the Great Zhou Emperor. Outside the city, in the Biu army camp, Qin Zhenhe suddenly felt uneasy, and frowned slightly. Did something happen? 2,000 elite soldiers, with Naizhong and Guo Huangfei. There is absolutely no problem in killing Li Chenshao, Qin Zhenhe thought to himself. At this time, a messenger came in from outside the tent, looking panicked. Sir, there is news from Longbai County government that Deputy Commander Naizhong and 2,000 Biu soldiers were all killed by the people of Qinglong Society, without a single survivor. The messenger came in and reported. What? Hearing this, Qin Zhenhe's face changed drastically, and he asked in disbelief. But he soon calmed down. Tell me the whole story clearly. What happened to the 2 people who followed Deputy Commander Nai? They are all dead, and the 2 people who followed are also dead. Qinglong Society mobilized a lot of assassins, secretly attacked, disrupted the formation,
and Liu Sheng Yijian and Zhu Yaoren also attacked. The messenger said, Qinglong Society, if you dare, I will destroy you. Qin Zhenhe's face showed a furious look, and he smashed the table in front of him with a palm. Let the 4 commanders come, I'll go to the tent, Qin Zhenhe ordered. Yes, the messenger quickly left the tent. After a while, 4 burly figures appeared in the tent. At this moment, the 4 people looked at each other. On the way here, they heard about what happened in Longbai County. The Qinglong Society killed Naizhong, and there are 2,000 elite soldiers of the Biu army. The commander-in-chief is looking for them now, and he must let them lead their men to encircle and suppress the Qinglong Society in Bijan. But this is not so easy to do. The Qinglong Society is the overlord of the 9 northern counties. There are many strong men who can turn Danshan into sea. Li Chen's Hao, who concentrates in the sea, is even stronger. There are still several mysterious dragon heads of the 7 dragons that have not appeared. It is very mysterious. What's more, this Qinglong Society is also a killer organization. No one knows where they are exactly. Although there is a young dragon head Su Chen who is exposed. But do you dare to move? If you move, the other party is just a young dragon head, or a puppet in the open. If you kill Su Chen, you will be threatened by the assassins of the Qinglong Society. At that moment, they will face assassination at any time. Of course, there is also the Qinglong Society, which is the martial arts overlord of the 9 northern counties. It is rumored that it has controlled many martial arts forces in the 9 northern counties with poison. Once you take action against the Qinglong Society, these people will also take action. To be honest, they would have to send out elites above the soul refining level, or all the innate elites, otherwise there would be no other way. And if they did so, a full-scale war would break out. To destroy a dominating force in the martial arts world, the military's order was needed. Otherwise, if they were to go out, the result would probably be the same as that of Deputy Commander Naizhong, who was killed. You all know about Deputy Commander Naizhong, right? Tell me what you think, Qin Zhenhe said. But none of the 4 people below spoke. This was not the time for them to speak. Seeing that no one spoke, Qin Zhenhe looked at the person on the far left. The man was wearing a tight suit, with bronze muscles, and exuding dark golden aura fluctuations. This person was one of the 4 commanders promoted by Qin Zhenhe, named Rengang. Seeing Qin Zhenhe looking at him, Rengang felt bitter, but still said, the Qinglong Society killed our Biu army soldiers. According to the laws of the Great Zhou dynasty, they should be destroyed, Rengang said. Okay, in that case, Rengang, you lead the Xianren realm masters of your Xianyu tribe to Longbai County and kill Li Chenshao and others, Qin Zhenhe said. The Biu army is divided into 4 divisions, Xianyu, Huanglu, Cheoxi, and Anhu. Each division has 10,000 people. Among them, there are more than 200 Xianren realm masters in each division. Hundreds of Xianren realm masters work together with the army to shatter the divine power of ordinary sea concentrated masters. Suppression and shattering are 2 different things. Once the divine power is shattered, the mind of the sea concentrated masters will be severely damaged. At that time, they can only be surrounded and killed. Of course, this is also the reason why many sea concentrated masters held before the Zhou Emperor of the Great Zhou dynasty went into seclusion. If they can't fight, they can only escape. And after escaping, they can only hide. Lord Dutuang, I don't agree. At this time, Zhongyu walked in from outside the tent and objected. Zhongyu, Qin Zhenhe's eyes condensed when he saw Zhongyu. General, to deal with a dominant force like the Qinglong Society, you need to report to the military. What's more, General, do you know where the Qinglong Society is? Sending troops like this is against the order of the military. I will not agree. Before coming, I reported the previous matter to the military. We will wait for the notice of the military before making a decision. Zhongyu did not look at Qin Zhenhe, but spoke. You reported to the military. You dared to report to the military without my order. You are crossing the line. Qin Zhenhe looked at Zhongyu and said. A momentum appeared on his body and suppressed Zhongyu. Zhongyu also had a momentum to fight against it. When the previous Biu army general left office and went to the military headquarters in the capital, he recommended Zhongyu to become the Biu army general, but Qin Zhenhe was parachuted in. The 2 had fought in the Biu army. But later Qin Zhenhe promoted Naizhong, gathered Rengang, and completely suppressed Zhongyu. Now that the Biu army has lost 2,000 elites, it is Zhongyu's opportunity. So when he got the news,
He immediately sent a pigeon to the previous commander of the capital's military. He didn't want to capture Qin Zhenhe, but just wanted to stop Qin Zhenhe from using the Bai army to confront the Qinglong Society head-on. Isn't the young leader of the Qinglong Society the Shan sect of Lingnan County? If we destroy the Shan sect and capture the young leader, we will know where the Qinglong Society is, Qin Zhenhe said coldly. General, do you want to start an all-out war? Then Su Chen is just a disciple of the 6 dragon chiefs Ding Peng, and it is possible that he is just one of the young dragon chiefs. Destroy them. Did you know that the Green Dragon Society will retaliate against us in an all-out manner? I just got the news that the 4th dragon chief of the Green Dragon Society has appeared. His strength is in the sea condensation realm. His name is Fu Hongsu and he is in the south of the Yangtze River. The 1st dragon chief, the 2nd dragon chief, and the 7th dragon chief have not appeared. We know nothing about it. How can we fight? This is a taboo in the army. I oppose it in the name of the Deputy General. Wait for the notification from the military. I agree with the proposal of Deputy General Zhuang. I agree too. At this time, 2 of the 4 commanders agreed. Humph. I will write a letter to the military personally. You all go down. Qin Zhenhe's eyes turned cold when he saw this. He waved his hand to let everyone leave. On the way to Lingnan County, Su Chen looked at the letter from Li Chenshao in front of him. His eyes condensed. Notify Zhao Keishu and others to evacuate immediately if they find any unusual movements of the garrison outside Lingnan County. Also send a letter to Murin Qingjin in the capital, hoping that she will suppress the matter, and let Bai Chaofei and others pay attention to the dynamics of the military department in the capital. If there is any news, send it out immediately, Su Chen said. Yes, Yuan Su Einbauten said, it seems that the layout in the court of the capital is still a little lacking. It seems that when I arrive in Xiangsha City, I have to have a good contact with Hu Liaoyu to see if I can win over some important officials in the court. At this time, in the imperial palace of the capital, a man in a black Taoist robe appeared in front of Emperor Zhou. Your Majesty, the evil dragon in the north has raised its head. As long as you continue to kill, the evil dragon's true body will be completed, and it will form a double dragon meeting with a real dragon. At that time, Your Majesty will merge the real dragon and the evil dragon into one body to form a true evil dragon body, step into the Shineman, and return to the imperial court. It will definitely be valued by the emperor. Chapter 548, Buleo Deng, Immortality Elixir, Chang Shenghu, Secret Book of Immortality, Sword Saint Lake. North. What happened over there? Emperor Zhou looked calm. At this time, an old man in a eunuch robe walked in from outside the palace. Your Majesty, secret report. Qin Qingyi from the Ministry of Personnel asked for help from the Bai army stationed in the 9 northern counties to surround and kill Li Chenshao, the 3rd leader of the Qinglong Society. 2,000 elite Bai army soldiers and Deputy Commander Nizhong were all killed. While the man was speaking, he also handed the secret report to Emperor Zhou. Emperor Zhou's face turned cold. After he went into seclusion, he issued an order to the garrisons in various places, not to move without the order of the military, because that was his last weapon to suppress the martial arts world and harvest warriors. Now it has suffered a loss, which makes him a little angry. After checking the secret report, Emperor Zhou's face recovered. Lord Lu from the Ministry of Personnel wanted to rectify the forces in Jianghu and prepared a list of targets to be eliminated, and the Qinglong Society was on the list. The one sent to Longbury County to investigate this time was Qin Qingyi from the Qin family. It seems that they had previously thought of relying on Qin Zhenhe's Bai army, but they didn't expect Li Chenshao from the Qinglong Society to be so strong and dare to kill 2,000 elite soldiers of the Bai army head-on. Your Majesty, now that the Qinglong Society dares to kill the elite soldiers of the Bai army head-on, should we? Zhu Pingsheng walked out from the dark and spoke. Qinglong Society, did you investigate? Did you find any information? Emperor Zhou spoke. Except for the young leader who is in charge of the Shan Gate, the whereabouts of other members of the Green Dragon Society are uncertain. They have no fixed residence and are difficult to track down. It seems that the base is in the 9 northern counties, which is probably a cover-up thrown by the Green Dragon Society. The real place should not be in the 9 northern counties. Previously, we got news from Jiangnan that the 4th leader of the Green Dragon Society was invited by Lian Chengbi of Wuqi Villa to destroy Zhu Meng of Xiangshan Gate, and his strength has reached the level of sea concentration. From this point of view, The first and second dragon heads should both be strong people with C concentration. Some time ago, the young leader of the Green Dragon Society, Chen, appeared in the Sea Shark Gang. He has a swordsmanship master named Yi Gucheng by his side, and his strength is also at the level of C concentration. He cooperated with Du beat out a kill Bu Yongxiao, the leader of Xiangshi. It's just that the Green Dragon Society didn't want the territory of Xiangshi, but sold all these things to Xian'ai Pavilion, and Guan Yushan, the general envoy of Xian'ai Pavilion, appeared. From the investigation, it seems that he is a powerful person who has concentrated his mind in the sea. From this point of view, the Qinglong Society has some relationship with Xian'ai Pavilion. Perhaps we can find out the details of Xian'ai Pavilion through the Qinglong Society. Zhu Pingsheng said in a deep voice, I didn't expect that after I have been in seclusion for so many years and not cared about the world, so many powerful people would emerge. It's really interesting. Since we can't find the real location of the Qinglong Society, and it is related to Xian'ai Pavilion, let's not touch them for now, but it's a pity for Bu Yongxiao. I tried to recruit him back then, but he was a little arrogant and refused my recruitment. I thought he could help me stir up trouble, but I didn't expect him to be killed now. The kid from the Dugu family is interesting. This is better. When there is a fight, there will be constant killing in the Great Zhou world. When there is killing, the evil dragon can be further completed. By the way, didn't you say last time that King Chen would bring the young dragon leader of the Qinglong Society to the capital? Why is there no movement? Emperor Zhou spoke as if he had thought of something. Your Majesty, Chen, the young leader of the Green Dragon Society, replied that he would not come to the capital for the time being. Princess Qingchen did not continue to invite him, but I just got the news. Chen wrote to Princess Qingchen, hoping that Princess Qingchen would help solve this matter. The eunuch who came in to report earlier said, well, is that so? Then cooperate with Qingchen, help her, suppress this matter, and see if we can bring this young leader of the Green Dragon Society to the capital. As long as one of them comes to the capital, we will know more. Emperor Zhou said. Your Majesty, how should we deal with Qin's Henhei? Zhu Pingsheng said, tell the three giants of the military department to give him an extra 10% subsidy for tiger blood pills this year. The army must continue to train, and don't let the combat effectiveness decline when I want it. During this period, no garrison should ask about the affairs of the rivers and lakes. No soldiers are allowed to be transferred. The affairs of the rivers and lakes will be handled by this Hanfu division and the ministers in the court. Anyone who dares to disobey will be directly dismissed, Emperor Zhou said in a deep voice. Yes, I have secretly met with the three military leaders, Zhu Pingsheng said. You just mentioned Xian'ai Pavilion. Is there no movement in Xian'ai Pavilion and Dong Pavilion outside the Great Wall? Not only is there no movement outside the Great Wall, but even Du Guiwei seems to have no movement. Emperor Zhou changed the subject and said, the ancestor of Kunlun sect was seriously injured by the people behind Homu Feng, and his injuries have never healed, so Yuan Zuzi has been hesitating, but I have secretly sent him precious medicines, which can help him recover from his injuries. In half a month, Kunlun sect will be born. It's just that General Wang Duguiwei is a little difficult to deal with. He is very vigilant. After returning to the capital, he closed the door and did not see guests. He said that he had some insights when he returned to the capital this time, and he closed the door to improve his martial arts. I suspect that Duguiwei is fake in the closed door retreat, and his real body is in the South China Sea, Zhu Pingsheng said. Duguiwei, do you think I'm gone? So rampant? If so, let Emperor Wu Hao go to the South China Sea as soon as possible. I really want to see what Duguiwei wants to do. How is his plan for the North-South Canal? Emperor Zhou said calmly. This time, as long as they take down the World Alliance, they can open up the North-South Canal. At that time, he will have a considerable source of wealth. Should we stop him secretly? Don't interfere with him. If he is in the South China Sea, then Emperor Wu Hao will go to the South China Sea to take over his position. He should move. I really want to see how he moves. If he moves, it will also help me. I will thank him well at that time, Emperor Zhou said softly. Have you made any progress on Bulao Tang and Chang Shengwei? Emperor Zhou asked afterwards. We are approaching their descendants. We hope to find clues about Bulao Tang and Chang Shengwei from them and lock down the locations of the two places, Zhu Pingsheng said. The evil dragon has raised its head. Time needs to be accelerated. I need to get the immortal medicine of Buliodang and the secret book of immortality of Chang Shenghu before the evil dragon is finished. If there is no clue, then eliminate these two successors first and force them to reveal the clue. When Emperor Zhou said this, a cold light flashed in his eyes. I understand, Zhu Pingsheng replied, bowed and led him out into the darkness. Eunuch K, are there any other unusual movements in the palace? After Zhu Pingsheng left, Emperor Zhou asked in a deep voice. Under the instruction of Concubine Lai, Concubine Rong is dealing with Concubine Jing. Concubine Jing is temporarily stable, but because of this, some of the power of the fourth prince has been tied up, Eunuch K said. Concubine Lai is dealing with Concubine Jing. Emperor Zhou was a little confused. Concubine Lai is the mother of the seventh prince, and Concubine Jing is the mother of the fourth prince. The seventh prince and the fourth prince do not seem to be fighting for the time being. It is rumored that the Lai family and the Muring family are competing for the qualification to enter the Sword Saint Lake, in Jiangnan, Eunuch K said softly. Chapter 549, Du Bidao's plan, Huliayu's thoughts, ready to take action. Xiangsha City, the city where Xiangsha League is located. In a courtyard, Guan Yushin looked at Mu Qinghong with a gloomy expression. You mean that Buyang Xiao now is not the Buyang Xiao you arranged? Guan Yushin's voice was very cold. After they arrived at Xiangsha City, Mu Qinghong wanted to contact Buyang Xiao, but she couldn't contact Buyang Xiao, so Guan Yushin took Mu Qinghong and secretly entered the Xiangsha League. The first time Mu Qinghong saw Buyang Xiao, she said that the man was not Buyang Xiao. Things changed. Guan Yushin quickly took Mu Qinghong away. Yes, I am sure that Buyang Xiao is not the Buyang Xiao we arranged, but his face is the face of the person we arranged. You mean that the person pretending to be Buyang Xiao is wearing a human skin mask now? Guan Yushin didn't expect that something unexpected happened on the Xiangsha League side. Was he discovered? Or was it a trick played by Du Bidao? Guan Yushin said in a deep voice. Both situations, no matter which one, are not good news for him. Even though he is the strongest warrior, he can't kill his way into the Xiangsha League alone and eliminate the people of the Xiangsha League. Many people are not on the Xiangsha League, and if he takes action, he will miss many people, which is not a good thing. It seems that I have to meet that Du Bidao. If he is playing tricks, I will make him pay the price. A trace of murderous intent flashed in Guan Yushin's eyes. Mu Qinghong, who was standing aside, was a little uneasy now. She had promised Su Chen before that she could help them gain the benefits of the Xiangsha League. Now this situation is completely beyond her expectations. It can be said that she is now worthless. Without value, she can't take revenge. Look for useful information in your mind that can help you. I have met Buyang Xiao's wife once. I can go and investigate, Mu Qinghong said. Buyang Xiao's wife? Guan Yushin frowned slightly. The information he got before seemed to have little information about Buyang Xiao's wife. She rarely leaves the house. When my husband and I visited Buyang Xiao, I met Buyang Xiao's wife by chance, Mu Qinghong said. If you go to see Buyang Xiao's wife, I'm afraid, sir, now that we are pretending to be Buyang Xiao, there are only two situations. One is that we are discovered. Then the person pretending to be Buyang Xiao should be from the World Alliance. In this way, I may be able to get some useful information from Buyang Xiao's wife. The second is that Du Bidao asks someone to pretend to be him. That is to say, the people of the World Alliance did not find out that Buyang Xiao was pretending. Then my contact with Buyang Xiao's wife can also help you get some information from the World Alliance. Mu Qinghong said. Of course, if Buyang Xiao was discovered by the World Alliance, then she might be able to use the people of the World Alliance to kill Du Bidao and avenge Hai Xianba and her son. Guan Yushin pondered for a moment and nodded. Although things have changed, Mu Qinghong is still useful, so he didn't stop Mu Qinghong. Mu Qinghong got Guan Yushin's permission and bowed to leave. General Guan, Mu Qinghong is eager for revenge. I'm afraid it will ruin things, Zhuang Zuanji, who came with him, said. Don't worry, if he dares to betray us, I will kill him. Guan Yushin was absolutely confident about this. Huliayu has gone to Du Bidao. When she comes back, bring her to see me, Guan Yushin said. Okay, Zhuang Zuanji replied. Although she is not Guan Yushin's subordinate, she will help Su Chen maintain his relationship with Xianaya Pavilion. She has recently looked up a lot of information about Xian'ai Pavilion. Xian'ai Pavilion is somewhat powerful and mysterious. It is very necessary to help Su Chen maintain his relationship with Xian'ai Pavilion. On the other side, Hu Liu came to where Du Bidao was. When did you arrive, today or yesterday? Du Bidao looked at Hu Liu and asked. We entered the city the day before yesterday, but Guan Yushan wanted to familiarize himself with the situation in Xiangxia City, so he asked me to come to see the prince and the sect master today, Hu Liu said. Is that so? Who did Guan Yushan bring to Xiangxia City? Du Bidao said. Only Zhuang Zuanji, who has surrendered to Su Chen, came with Guan Yushan. I didn't see anyone else, Hu Liu said hurriedly. Hearing Hu Liu's words, Du Bidao's eyes condensed. He didn't believe that Guan Yushan came alone. I asked you to follow him, not just to see his whereabouts, but also to know how many people came and who they were, Du Bidao said. Although Guan Yushan has only been with me for a few days, he is very cunning and scheming. If I talk more, he will drive me away, Hu Liu said. She often meets various people, and when she met Guan Yushan, she knew that she couldn't deal with this person, so she didn't ask much along the way. But she felt a momentum of a superior from Guan Yushan. She concluded in her heart that this was a person with great power, so she was very wary of Xian'ai Pavilion. Thinking about talking to Guan Yushan about the plan of evil alliance in the capital, Qinglonghu, Xian'ai Pavilion might be her biggest gain this time. Well, it seems that you think highly of this person. This person is very dangerous for you to think so, and the plan for Xiangxia League can't be delayed any longer. If it is delayed any longer, it may be exposed. The people under Bu Yongxiao have returned to Xiangxia League, one after another. Bu Yongxiao will summon these people at his mansion tomorrow night. Tell Guan Yushan to meet us tomorrow and go to Bu mansion together, and I asked you to prepare silver. How much did you prepare? Du Bidao said. I have already dealt with all the assets of the Sea Shark Gang. It is only 13 million taels of silver. According to your instructions, it has been transported to the designated location, Hu Liu replied. So little? The gap is a bit big. Things can't be delayed any longer. Did Zhuang Zuanji from this Huangjia bank come with you? I don't care what method you use, borrow 30 million taels from her, and return them to them after dealing with the assets of Xiangxia League, Du Bidao said to Hu Liu. 30 million taels. Hearing this, Hu Liu's face showed a solemn expression. This is not a small amount. Prince, what did Hu Liu want to say? But facing Du Bidao's sharp gaze like a blade, she stopped talking. If Feng hadn't followed you, I would have killed you long ago, Hu Liu bowed her head and saluted, and left. After borrowing the silver, I will deal with Hu Liu, and by the way, push the reward for assassinating Emperor Wu Hao to Hu Liu's Huangjia money house, Du Bidao said coldly after Hu Liu left. As soon as Emperor Wu Hao offered a reward, Zhuangjia money house and Hu Liu had a large amount of silver transactions. Not who they were. Of course, before offering a reward, the Nanhai Chamber of Commerce will announce that Hu Liu is no longer the vice president of the Nanhai Chamber of Commerce. Another place, Bu Yongxiao's residence. They decided to take action tomorrow. Do you know who will take action? Yan Yinju, dressed in black, said to the ghost face pretending to be Bu Yongxiao. Guan Yushan, the general envoy of the 10 directions of Xian'ai Pavilion, will be here to cooperate with Feng and poison in advance. Du Bidao didn't mention the other things, Ghostface replied. The strength of Guan Yushan may not be weaker than Feng. We can kill Feng, but we can't kill two of them here. When Yan Yinju said this, his face became solemn. At this time, footsteps were heard at the door. What's the matter, madam? There's someone outside who said she is your friend. She asked me to give you this invitation. The person handed the invitation to Yan Yinju. Mu Qinghong. Yan Yinju waved his hand, and the servant left. I didn't expect Mu Qinghong to be alive and come here to see me. What does she want to do? Yan Yinju frowned slightly. Chapter 550, Dark Flow Sand, Leader, Meeting with Guan Yushan, in 8 Gangqi. In the evening, outside the city, Su Chen's carriage appeared at the gate of Xiangxia City. What a magnificent Xiangxia City! It is worthy of being the Xiangxia City where the Xiangxia Alliance sits. Su Chen couldn't help but sigh as he looked at the Xiangxia City in front of him. The huge 3 characters, Xiangxia City, and the city walls made entirely of solid stone, It can be said that this is the first such magnificent city that Su Chen has seen since he came to this world. The carriage moved forward and entered the city. The city was very prosperous and lively. There were a lot of cars and people on the street, and they were dressed very richly. It is worthy of being the most prosperous city in the Lingjiang area, Su Chen praised. Soon, Yuan Suan found an inn to stay in. This inn has an independent courtyard, which is very good. After the three of them checked in, "My lord, I will notify Guan Yushin to come here." After Yuan Suan helped Su Chen and the others to pack up, he notified Guan Yushin to come. "Just tell Guan Yushin about the dark quicksand. We won't meet for the time being." Su Chen shook his head. If dark flow sand is related to Xiangsha League, then they should know that Guan Yushin, Du Bidao and others are in Xiangsha City. "I understand." Yuan Suan bowed and left. After a while, Yuan Suan appeared outside Guan Yushin's residence. He jumped into the courtyard. Guan Yushin, who was inside the house, showed a change of expression and appeared in the courtyard. "General Guan, it's me." When Guan Yushin came out, Yuan Suan said in a voice transmission, "General Manager Yuan, come in first." Guan Yushin led Yuan Suan into the house. "General Manager Yuan, why are you here in Xiangsha City?" "The master is here too." After entering the house, Guan Yushin couldn't help but ask, "The master is here too?" On the way back, the master was attacked by the assassins of Dark Flow Sand, so we collected information about Dark Flow Sand, the first assassin organization in Lingjiang area, and found that the headquarters of Dark Flow Sand should be in Xiangsha City, Yuan Suan said. Guan Yushin frowned when he heard Yuan Suan's words. That means, Dark Flow Sand is related to Xiangsha League, or Dark Flow Sand is related to Buyangxiao. When he said this, Guan Yushin's eyes lit up. It seems that the person pretending to be Buyangxiao was discovered by the people of Xiangsha League, not Du Gubidao, Guan Yushin said. Well, the person pretending to be Buyangxiao got into trouble. Yes, Mu Qinghong recognized that the person was not the person who pretended before, and Mu Qinghong and the other side also went to see Buyangxiao's wife, Guan Yushin said. Yuan Suan's expression changed when he mentioned Buyangxiao's wife. Mrs. Buyangxiao? Yan Yunju. There is very little information about this person in the information. He basically never leaves his house and has a very low sense of existence. At this point, Yuan Suan and Guan Yushin looked at each other. There is something wrong with this Yan Yunju. Perhaps it is this Yan Yunju who recognized Buyangxiao as a fake, Yuan Suan said. Someone is coming. You hide first, Guan Yushin said. Yuan Suan jumped onto the beam. At this time, it was Mu Qinghong who came after meeting Yan Yunju. At this time, there was a hint of excitement in Mu Qinghong's eyes. She went to see Yan Yunju and prepared to test Yan Yunju. Before she could test him, she was captured by Yan Yunju and told him what happened to the Haitian gang. Ask her if she wants to take revenge. If she wants to take revenge, she will cooperate with her. And she also revealed her identity. She really didn't expect Yan Yunju to be the leader of Dark Flow Sand. In order to take revenge, Mu Qinghong cooperated with Yan Yunju without any hesitation. She came here at this moment, and was also arranged by Yan Yunju, that is, to lead Guan Yushin to place first and capture Guan Yushin. Because Yan Yunju couldn't capture two C concentrated masters at once. If Guan Yushin is captured first, then it will be possible to deal with Feng and Du Bidao. Mu Qinghong suppressed her excitement and came to the door of Guan Yushin. General Envoy Guan, I have something important to report. Hearing Mu Qinghong's voice, Guan Yushin opened the door. After entering the room, Mu Qinghong said, General Envoy Guan, I met Buyangxiao's wife Yan Yunju. She hosted a banquet for me in the Lotus Room of Mingayu Manor by the Kingshu Lake in the city. If we can capture Yan Yunju, we can get more benefits from the World Alliance. Guan Yushin's heart sank when he heard Mu Qinghong's words. But he nodded and agreed, this method is not bad. You go first, and then take action to capture Yan Yin back. Hearing Guan Yushin's words, Mu Qinghong was happy in her heart. She didn't expect things to go so smoothly. But her face did not change. Then I'll go see Yan Yunju first, Mu Qinghong said and then left. Yuan Suan jumped down. It seems that Mu Qinghong and Yan Yunju have made contact. What do you think they want to do by doing this? Yuan Suan said. What? They should want to take me down, but it's a pity. I originally wanted to use Mu Qinghong for a few days, but I didn't expect that she wanted to die. Let's send her away early. I'm going to see that Yan Yinju now. She has such a low sense of presence. It may be related to dark flow sand. After saying that, Guan Yushan also stepped out of the room. Mingyu Manor. A restaurant in Xiangsha City is the property of Xiangsha Alliance. When Mu Qinghong came, she was quickly led into the private room. There was only Yan Yinju in the private room, no one else, and there was no ambush outside. Yan Yinju was sitting in front of the dressing table, dressing in front of the mirror. As the leader of Dark Flow Sand, she knew that if she attracted other people's attention, she would have many opportunities to make a move. Guan Yushan is a man. When you meet a beautiful woman, your eyes will always look over here unconsciously. As long as she looks over here, it is her chance. She will strike, and even if she fails, her own strength can hold Guan Yushan back, and the people who want to kill him will gather here. As long as Guan Yushan comes, he can't leave. Madam, Guan Yushan will come to attack you in a while. Mu Qinghong was very humble. Thank you for your hard work. If you take down Guan Yushan, Du Yubidao and the others will not be able to leave the World Alliance, Yan Yinju said. While she was talking, the window of the room seemed to be blown open by a gust of wind, and a figure fell into the room. Yan Yinju's face changed. In front of her, Mu Qinghong's face was even more stunned. Guan Yushan, but before she finished speaking, Guan Yushan raised his palm and slapped Mu Qinghong's head. Bang! Mu Qinghong's head shattered like porcelain, and a stream of blood spurted out. Faced with such a situation, Yan Yinju's expression remained unchanged, and she walked towards Guan Yushan, with light movements and graceful posture. It seems that envoy Guan knew something. I really didn't expect that Bu Yongxiao's wife, a person with a very low sense of existence, would have the power to concentrate a mind in the sea. It seems that you should be the leader of Dark Flow Sand. Guan Yushan looked at Yan Yinju and said. Hearing Guan Yushan's words, Yan Yinju's expression, which had not changed before, suddenly changed, and her figure suddenly shot out, and her slender palm slapped towards Guan Yushan. When slapping towards Guan Yushan, a black poison needle appeared in her palm. In a Genki, just when she approached Guan Yushan, a Genki appeared on Guan Yushan's body. Yan Yinju's figure was shaken back, and the poison needle in her hand was also shaken to the ground. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.